Hello everyone and welcome to Draw Your Swords, an actual play D&D podcast played with comic artists and writers. I am Sandy, the Dungeon Master, and joining me this week...
Hey, I'm Harry and I play Emlyn, the Halfling Rogue.
Hi, I'm Holly and I play Veda, the Fire Genasi Bard.
Hi, I'm Lily and I play Fig, the Furbog Druid. And I'm surprised that we didn't find many undead under this place, because I thought we were going to find skeletons.
That was better than some of your others.
Thanks.
Like, I got the joke.
It was delivered. Yeah.
It was delivered poorly, but you know, they all are.
The ball was there and you hit it.
Yeah, no.
I would love to see you do stand-up. It'd be pretty good.
No, it'd be awful. I just be sitting there crying.
Just sweating.
Hey guys!
Guys, you hear about cheese? You know this thing about cheese?
You know when there's a lot of skeleton. Oh no! Oh god!
You ever play D&D, guys?
Do you know ghosts, guys? All I do whenever I go like with people is talk about ghosts and then scare myself.
It's true. Last time we continued in this dungeon. You met Mr. Red, Hymir Redfern, who was this very old, very sad-looking blue tiefling, and you found that he had this little workshop that he's been creating all these drugs, and that he was an old cleric of Lithander, and when he spoke out against the Baron of this place, he got put down here. Although he's still been making tons of drugs for God knows how many years, he then led you into a larger chamber, which looked like an old cathedral of some kind, where around 35 to 40 people were in this room, all making narcotics with these machines. You decided to continue on to find a way out after being trapped down here, deciding not to go up through the Baron's house, which you figured was above you, and his guard posts. You decided to descend deeper in, which you found a collection of cells where they were obviously keeping the prisoners. Delving into the dungeon, you found a strange collection of rooms reminiscent of a time where Susen, the uncle of the current king, apparently was doing some sort of experiments and living down in this dungeon with his very fancy setup that he has. After encountering various traps and undead, you came to quite a scary room where Emlyn's greed almost killed the party in removing a...
Well...
and removing...
I think that's an exaggeration.
And removing a ruby from a statue let out poisonous gas from these statues and trapping you inside. From quick thinking and pretty strong strength from Fig and Malara, you were able to escape, then entering into the next room, which hung from the ceiling, attached by many chains, this demonic creature who you assumed to be Zeusen, the uncle of the current king. After defeating him with some very good use of dispel magic and some quick thinking, you were able to slay him, and now he lies sliced in two on the floor with his blonde hair curling in between the chains. And now you have to make a decision whether you escape this room, where you can see a door off to the left hand side with a glowing light on the other side, or go back and save the prisoners. What would you guys like to do? I believe we just had a short rest as well.
Oh, did we?
I believe so. Or we can
Do
have...
because I'm still at like half hit points.
If not, we can have a short rest if we didn't do it last time.
I think
I
I've
don't
only got
think
one
we
hit
did.
dice left.
Yeah, I don't think we did, but I want to have one.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at the past rolls, and I don't think we did. You cast Cure Wounds, apparently.
Yeah, I did.
It's because Veda was unconscious.
Veda died.
That is true.
If we're gonna take a rest, Veda will do a Song of Rest. So
Okay.
Nice.
everybody gets an extra D6.
Everybody gets one.
I'm pretty sure I used just like almost all of my hit dice trying to recover
I've
before
got
that
one
fight.
dice left.
So I'm not gonna get that much better, but thank you very, very much.
Yeah. I've got one hit die left, and Veda's on 11 HP. It's not good, guys.
So yeah, you have to roll it. Is that D6 still for Your
Yeah,
Song of Rest
D6.
was a D8.
I only needed 5, but 10's nice.
Nice.
Do I roll it?
Yeah, I think we all roll separate.
Yeah. So-
Well, me and Vader rolled 2s, so.
Oh, I'm fine actually. Emily's fine. They've got.
nice.
Vada's not fine, but she's not terrible.
I got
Not as
39 hit
terrible
points
as
now.
before.
39. Holy heck.
Yeah. Oh, all right. You know the door leading off the room.
Yes.
Is it like definitely like daylight, like back out into the street sort of thing, or is it?
It would
you can't
be
really
odd
tell,
if
it's
it
like
was.
a long corridor.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be odd if it was, because
Okay.
you're kind of
Because
like,
we were in a dungeon.
yeah, you remember the positioning of where you are, and it's directly in the center of the town. So whatever light that's coming from is not sunlight, but
Can
it's
I-
bright and it's there.
Can I go over and give it a wee listen, see if I can hear anyone up there?
Sure. As you walk across the chains, you walk up to the.
Can while Fig's doing that, can Veda like kind of search the sky?
Mhm, sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
make an
rolled an
investigation
11.
Okay, 11 for your
Perception.
perception, Fig.
Mm-hmm.
6 investigation.
Okay. As you
She's
listen,
not feeling good.
as you listen to the door, Fig, you don't hear anything but almost like a crackling of fire. But the light isn't flickering; it's steady. But you hear this like crackling torch sound from the other side.
What color's the light?
It's a bright yellowish color, so like a torch, but a bit brighter than that. As you're investigating around, Emlyn, you are looking at your whole collection of various bits and pieces that you've got, your new glasses, your whole collection of money that you have. And as you're counting through it, you notice a note curled up in one of these. You unfurl it. It bears the mark of the king, but it hasn't been sealed, and the note reads, "To His Royal Highness and my brother, I have found that we are not only of old name, but of old blood. We are the chosen. We must push forward with the experiments. The loops are making good progress, and the results are promising. I have one more experiment to test if we are capable of controlling this old magic, without the use of these crystals. We will crush the Zisan uprising in due course. Signed, your brother, Zeusen Sundaria."
What? Does it look like a really old note?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do I know who the loops are? Does Harry
Make
know who the loops are?
Make a history
Does Emlyn
check.
know? You know both.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because Emlyn's a bit older, so yeah. Okay. The Loops were a noble family originally from Zundaria. They were part of the Zundarian Empire and basically controlled the armies and were all in charge of that. But most of their land was in Zisan. So when the uprising happened, they kind of swapped sides on them. And that's kind of mostly what you know about them. They have a pretty nasty reputation.
So basically, from this note, they can just tell that they know that the loops are on the other side, and it's about some kind of experiments with the crystals.
Yeah.
If it's really old, does it sound like it's about when the war was still happening?
Yeah. It seems like pretty regular when that was happening. Because it's to my Royal Highness, my brother, where the current king is the son of the king right now.
Oh, right.
So
Okay. And when it's to my brother, it's like to the Jane Devil that we just got, right?
It was this was from Zeusen, so the guy who's lying dead on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And whose
So,
statue was at the
presumably
front of
before
the...
he was.
Did we just kill royalty?
Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah, but like he was messed up.
Yeah. It's fine.
he was evil now. So
I mean, I think most of the royalty in this place is evil, so...
what I think as a player is what's happened. I kind of want to know if what him being all chained up and stuff was to do with something with the experiments. So I don't know if that's. I guess Emlyn doesn't really know anything about magic.
Yeah, I think from what you could tell would be something magical. Perhaps in that gas room of experiments and shards, you might have figured something out. Yeah.
And obviously this guy was experimenting on them.
Mhm.
But I feel like as far as I remember, I don't see that we have this story, right, that he ended up stuck below fighting waves and waves of the undead.
Mhm.
But when we came down here, he's just like chained up and super evil.
Yeah, and there
he's
is undead
lost
down
it.
here.
So there are undead down here, but like
Not skeletons.
not hordes that he's fighting. Oh my god. So basically, like what Harry thinks is like, well, was he experimenting with these crystals, being like, yes, soon we'll have the ultimate weapon, and just like messed himself up? And is there any way to tell if he's like the crystals are what made him into this?
Sure.
Everyone wants to see if it's connected because of the letter.
Sure. I mean,
I don't know if that's just like intelligence.
I guess it would be either Arcana or Medicine check.
I
'Cause
mean,
you're kind of like examining the body, and it's both magical and not. So.
weirdly, my Arcana is better than my medicine. I guess, alright, maybe Emlyn is like kind of frightened of magic, but maybe also interested in magic. And having got this letter, they kind of want to know if magic,
Okay.
as a proof of how dangerous magic is the
Yeah.
thing that turned this guy into a demon or whatever.
6.
Oh. A strong 6.
Yeah. Even though you have an
That's in
interest in magic,
character.
you don't know much about magic.
Don't know
and
shit about it.
but looking at the body, most of it is just swollen because of the chains. There's no reason why he should be alive. There doesn't look like to be any sustenance. He doesn't seem to be eating. So there's some reason why this person's alive and not functioning like a normal person.
Emlyn says something very not profound, just like, I think this was magic.
As,
Looking at the body of this thing that was like whipping chains around.
as Emlyn showed Veda the note.
Yes, they do. In fact, maybe that's like part of what they're doing. They're like, I think this was magic, and also shows the note where it's like, we're experimenting with magic. In the note.
You have to like looking at the ground with a magnifying glass, like, magic.
Yeah, it's just Emlyn like looking at the body, looking at the note, looking at the body, looking at the note. Turns to Vader.
So
Veda knows who the loops are, doesn't she?
yeah, of course, you have very close ties with him, I suppose. So what's Veda's reaction to hearing their connection?
I mean, I guess she's not super surprised because this is like during the war and they were like obviously on the Zendarian Empire side. But I also feel like she's going to read this note and then just like spit on the guy's body.
Does Vader like share that she knows who the loops are?
So because she does know that they were on the Zendarian Empire side in the war, and this is clearly when this note was written.
But yeah,
But I
and you
feel
know
like-
that they're now working with Zisam. They swapped sides near the end of the war.
The loops are a family. They live in Hivafor, in Sisam, and they were on the Zundarian Empire side in the war, but they switched sides when the tables turned. But I know my father does not trust them, and I don't either. I am a little concerned that they are maybe still making good progress, whatever that means.
Is that the town you're from?
Yes, it's the capital of Sisam.
So, do you know them? Have you met them?
I know a little of them. I haven't spent a lot of time with them. I used to see the sons at my place of work.
And were they extremely magically powerful, or just sort of
They are
like
very,
everyone else?
very, very large and strong. But I wouldn't say magically powerful, but I don't know, sometimes it's hard to tell.
I mean, were they nice? Do you
Not
mean
really, no.
like, okay. I couldn't really tell if you meant like large and strong in a way that, you know, in a fun, sexy way.
No, not really. Not really my cup of tea.
I think that's the first time I've actually heard Emlyn say sexy.
I feel like as I was saying it, I was like, I don't think, maybe this is just like a me thing to say. No, I feel like Emlyn says sexy, but with like their nose is like wrinkled in a way that maybe
it's
makes
like a
it very
grandma saying
clear.
sexy.
I just feel like it's, as they say it, it's in a way that is clear that they don't think like big strong guys are fun and sexy.
I feel like it's like a naughty word that Emlyn's saying.
Fig's away crying in the corner. He's like, I'm not sexy.
After coming to this realization, Fig, what are you up to?
No, he's just kind of waiting. He doesn't really know what a loop is. He doesn't know anything about this nonsense. So he's just like, I don't fucking know. I'm just going to stand wait by the door, make sure nothing comes through.
So, after having this realization of the loops and what kind of people they are, what's your guys' next course, I guess?
If we are close to an exit, maybe we would be better to go back the way we came and clear out those skeletons and try to get prisoners out this way.
Well, I don't know if this is an exit necessarily. It seems like there's a fire behind the door, but like it's not acting like a fire. I don't know. It's just like a weird light, but I don't think it's outside. We'll have to check it.
Could you do your thing where you turn into a little spider and go and have a look and see what's in there, and then we know what we're dealing with?
Yeah, sure, that's a good idea. And I'm gonna pop into a little spider.
Okay.
And scuttle my way under the door.
You're met with thick vines and foliage that you're able to get through as you're a little spider. And it seems that no one has left or entered this area in a long time. But they are sitting on a little stone plinth, a ever-burning torch, and this tunnel that just heads deep into this cave. In a straight line, all kind of really nicely hewn out, not natural in any way.
Okay, can I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
19.
Silence from down this hallway. You can't hear anything apart from the crackling of this ever-burning torch.
Are all the vines and plant stuff just like things overgrown from time?
Yeah, it looks like it. You can see this.
It's not like a magical effect or anything.
Doesn't look to be. It seems like it's actually growing out of the ground, and you see where the hewn rock is kind of split, and roots and stuff are coming down from it now. And the smell of earth and foliage consumes your spider nostrils.
My spidey senses. Okay.
Do spiders have nostrils? I assume they do.
Do they have a sense of smell? Do they smell like through their feet or something?
I don't know, but let's just say they do, because that sounds like fun.
Yeah, just like...
Yeah, but then
why does the text smell with sensitive hairs located on their legs?
Oh, I was close!
It's where to end the fun by telling you the thing.
Okay, I'm gonna scurry my way back to the crew and pop back out of spider form and just say, yeah, this way is like clear. It's just a weird torch kind of hanging out, but I don't think it would be a problem.
What do y'all think?
I didn't hear anyone back there either. I think it might be either a way out or just a weird torch room.
My train of thought was that this Baron has been telling the story of this thing down here, saying he is this protector from the undead in this place, but there are a handful of skeletons, and I'm thinking that the truth of it is that he's down here and he's keeping prisoners from escaping out this way. So now he's dead. Maybe we can bring people this way and get them out.
Can I go look at the body?
Yeah.
I want to see if like the chains are embedded in him or something like that. Just like see what the chains are, if they're like a part of him.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Can it not be medicine? Like,
yeah, that's fine.
Shit, natural one.
No idea.
I slip on a chain.
You don't know the origins of where they're coming from. They just seem to be everywhere around this.
It's like I
body.
start following one chain and then just like get caught in another one and just like.
I mean, there's.
It's kind of like I'm walking around the room.
Probably like 50, 60 different chains in this room alone, all just going towards him. Even though he's cut in half, it's actually hard to see where they start and where they end.
That's super weird. Do you want to clear out these skeletons in the next room and then get all the people back? But it's like, I don't want to free them and then pull them into more danger from like beyond this point.
No, I know, I don't either, but
I mean,
I don't know if we'll be able to find our way back if we leave.
I feel like that's the thing. If we are going to go and get the prisoners, we just need to think about what that means. I mean, it means taking out these skeletons here, and maybe it means making sure that this actually is the way out. I mean, what I remember is it being a bit of a maze, right? You like followed a rat to get here.
Yeah. It was like a zigzaggy kind of place. In the one room you didn't go into because there was like 6 skeletons, and then there was the various traps, the swinging axes that are probably still active, and the log that is now active as well. You pretty much activated every trap. So
they all hit me
because we're so good.
Yeah, the only
so thorough.
The only trap that would probably be a problem is the swinging axes.
Could we just break them all?
I suppose we could go back through the house that we entered from and bring people back out that way, because we know how to get in that way too now. And Mr. Red is there. Maybe he would help us. I am very tired. But I don't want to leave these people here either.
Well, we know that the only real threat is the axes, and me and Melara could probably break those, or Emlyn could disarm them somehow.
I mean, and the skeletons. They're
nothing. Skeletons. It's fine.
I mean, I could go back. That's fine. But I kind of reckon we should just try and make it so it's safe and put marks on the walls and stuff and make sure there's not more danger up ahead.
Yeah, I'm mostly worried about the extra danger up ahead.
Yeah.
Just in case there is like a horde of undead or something.
Do you think we should go and look what's that way first?
Yeah. Why don't we leave like a little trail behind us so if it turns and stuff around, we can find our way back?
Well, we do have a lot of copper pieces. We could leave a trail.
I will do that. That's a good idea. Every time we turn. I mean, we could try a wee way up here at least. And if it seems like very obvious, it's just one long path out into safety, we could take a rest and go back.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. By the way, there is a weird torch back here, and I don't think you should touch it.
Has Emlyn seen the torch?
No, not yet. You haven't gone through the door.
They like peek around to look at it. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's been burning for a very long time.
Must
I mean,
be,
maybe we should definitely take it with us.
I don't want to touch anything down here, because every time you touch anything, I always get slammed with something. I think I broke a rib.
Emlyn suddenly looks like, oh yeah, shit. And like sort of like subconsciously like puts their hands like behind their back or like in their pockets or something. We're going forwards.
Okay, so
yes,
we're deciding to leave and have a long rest somewhere.
Yeah, leave for just now and then come back.
Because I forgot that we left at like midnight, so it's probably like 4 a.m. and we don't want to hit that exhaustion zone.
Deciding on to leave, you push through these vine-covered doors. You're okay.
Okay, well, just can you assume I am checking so hard for traps?
Yeah,
Emlyn is like feels pretty terrible about themselves, and every single place we go, like every step walking along.
Okay, make a investigation check.
It's 7.
Okay, so for this whole trek back.
Wait.
7 is good.
Oh, okay. Are you about to tell me that we're safe?
Yeah, you're safe. So as you exit this area, you see the ever-burning torch on the stone plinth. And it seems to just be sitting there. There's no intricate carvings on the walls. It's quite a plain stone tunnel, all hewn out and specifically carved, with the roots now coming through from probably various back gardens and just general it being unkept in this area. You know, you probably see a couple of mushrooms and stuff growing in here now.
Can I, put the mushrooms I took from the lab in here, because I feel like this is a suitable growing area for mushrooms, and 2, cast detect magic.
As you cast detect magic, the torch lights up.
Can I tell what school of magic it is?
Enchantment, I guess.
Gasps.
Enchantment or alteration.
Okay, and I get the mushrooms all happy in their new home.
As you descend deeper into the hole,
I say to the other mushrooms around them, now you look after these ones. They're working mushrooms, and they're new here. So be kind. And then they can make our way.
About 30 to 40 minutes later, you descending down this tunnel, Emlyn keeping a close eye on, or maybe not so much of a close eye, on the surroundings.
A close but inept eye.
Yeah, there you go.
I will listen out for stuff as well.
You want to make a perception check?
Sure. Perception. 22.
Disgrace. As you're walking, you do hear the faint sound of a river coming from underneath you. It seems like there's apparently an underground river flowing underneath you. Hence why the mushrooms are probably cultivating here. But other than that,
happy about this.
You can't hear anything. Probably a couple scurrying critters around as you descend further and further deeper. As you reach the end, it's obviously pitch black night as you come to this draped over vines and old bits of foliage and a snow-covered floor as you hit into this open plain. You see the forests off into the distance, and you realize that you're outside the city.
Oh, neat. Is this just like a cave?
And it was probably pretty hard to find if you were looking for it, even if you know it was here.
Can we make some kind of like marking or something so we'll be able to find our way back?
Can make a big stalactite thing.
Sure.
Cool. Just for fun, I use my last 3rd level spell and do erupting earth and make a big bunch of stalagmites come over the top of it.
Okay.
Or tights. The bottom ones.
Sure.
Tights. No.
Tights.
Mites. Tights. Hold on. Fuck.
There's so many rules to it, and I can't remember any of them.
Yeah, I've heard the thing so many times, and I still don't get it.
Still don't get it. I make some spiky boys erupt from the earth.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, as you push the spikes up, it now creates this jagged face looking in the mountainside.
Just to make sure that we know it's the right one, boop, I bop my staff onto it and grow a little mushroom right on top of the middle stalagmite.
The stag, like
the stag, a stag lad.
Okay, and you make your way back into the city of Windstata.
How far away was this place? Was it like really far outside, or is it just like a 5-minute walk?
You can see the city walls. Like the city's built upon a stone mound, and this was a cave underneath. You know, kind of like Edinburgh.
Okay.
How it's all built up, and then stuff's underneath it. So yeah,
is it like the middle of the night, or is it like
it's
4 a.m. getting light
again? Because you're in winter, it's not getting light anytime soon.
Okay.
It's probably like 3 a.m. though.
I'm tired.
Yeah, maybe we should go back and sleep.
I will see.
Just to get us there a bit quicker, I'll turn into a horse.
Okay.
Give everyone a wee lift.
Yeah, everyone hops on top of the horse. You begin riding up towards the city gates. You can see all the little carts and various travelers' tents are all closed up, and any little market stalls are all shut. You can see probably a couple of people patrolling their little campments that are outside the city gates. As you approach the city gates, the same probably people are working that noticed you guys enter this place. They let you in, no problem. Where are you guys heading? Are you heading back to the Glimmerick?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have rooms there. Yeah, we do have rooms there.
Yeah. Riding through the city, you head eastward towards the Glimmerick. Probably another 20 minutes or so pass as you head inside. Everything is calmed down. The bouncer at the front door is no longer there, and you see people just generally cleaning up. And Gildor, Glimmerbeard, is kind of just sitting cleaning the beard, cleaning the bar, or beard, cleaning the bar. Figure, I assume you're not a horse anymore.
No, I'm not a horse. I say good evening, night, good night. Hello.
How did it go? Is everything alright?
I'm really sorry. I think I need to sleep, and I will talk to you in the morning. But don't worry, we're going to fix this.
We have found, everything's not alright, but we found a way to get in and out, so hopefully we might be able to get some of the people being kept there.
Okay, so people are alive. I don't know the whole situation of it. I just needed to know where Zara was.
Did we see Zara?
You don't know what she looked like. She never explained who she was.
Yeah, we didn't look in particular.
No, you kind of quickly got out of that main room where everyone was being held.
Well, maybe we say that.
Yeah, we haven't seen her yet, but we'll take a better look tomorrow when we go to save everyone from the cells and stuff.
We'll get the people out that we can get out.
Yeah, we know how to get out now, and there's not any danger along the way.
Go get yourselves to bed, and we can hopefully sort the situation out tomorrow.
Yeah, do you have any bar snacks?
We have food up in your room if you want to go have it.
Neat. Cool, thanks. Gonna hit to bed.
Right, well, we go to bed.
Yeah.
Done. I feel like that's a good time to...
Yeah, Fig just like falls asleep, starfishing, and loads of apple cores around him.
As you kind of head up the 3 flights of stairs to the top, you have these beautiful rooms that you're able to have. You do see a couple of the entertainers. They're all talking about their evenings, all the weird adventure stuffs that have gone on that evening, some gossip. Malara does talk to a couple of these people, as probably sleep takes most of you. We're starting our quite cold day in the Glimmerick. Waking up, you get the smell of food, everyone getting prepped for their days. You know, you see people quickly putting on makeup, heading downstairs for food, and then running back up to get various other preparations for their day sorted, rooms cleaned. It seems to all be a bit hectic as you're waking up a bit later than you normally would, since you came in quite late. Waking up probably around 10, 11ish in the morning. Heading downstairs, you see Gildor. It kind of gives you a nod and says, yes, if you could have a look at that investigation that you were talking about last night. We're very busy. It is going to be a busy night again for us. If you could find Zara at some point, that would be most excellent, and I very much appreciate it. And like I said, that amplifier on stage, as she points towards the microphone that you got a good glimpse at, Veda, says that will be yours if you can bring her back.
I appreciate that, but that's not why I'm doing this.
No, but I also understand that this can be quite a problematic issue and wish to see it resolved very well.
Yes, I think this will be a long day.
Yes.
But we will try our best.
As you notice someone trying to get Gildor's attention, she says, excuse me, I have other things to do. Right, what do you want? And she goes off. You have a pretty hearty breakfast of
Nice.
baking, eggs, porridges, sausages, tomatoes, mushrooms, all the good stuff. You see people running around with like bits of toast in their mouth, trying to get everything sorted.
Are we going to go through the back entrance? Or
I
find the
think
house
so.
again?
If we can find it.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think-
I put the rocks there.
I think that might be the more subtle way to approach this.
Also
I don't
that
think
way,
there's not an easy way to do it.
this way we can probably take out the skeletons and the traps and things before we rescue people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
point.
idea.
I prepared a fun spell for the skeletons.
Okay, I will look forward to that.
It'll be real fun.
Emlyn is like watching Fig warily.
He's just like beaming, eating some bacon, having a great time.
I honestly don't know what spell you've... Is it the 3rd level spell?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This should be fun. Having this conversation, finishing up your breakfast, and you begin to leave town, I assume?
Yeah. Do we want to get there faster, or do you not really mind?
Extra speed wouldn't hurt.
Sure. I'll turn into a warhorse, because I can do that now. So
Buff
I like
horse.
to think it's just like slightly buffer and kind of like goth horse. Like spiky brattle and spiky saddle.
I just realised that Malara's also with you.
Yeah.
So we need a big goth horse, do we?
Yeah, big goth horse.
Yeah, why not? I would say whatever. Like, you're quite small, and then there's Malara, and Fig, you're pretty huge when it comes to horses, so...
I go big boy horses.
Yeah.
Goth horse. He's
The
got like
buffest horse you ever did see.
painted black hooves.
Draping hair over the face.
I like to think it's still just like a shire horse, but with these like added goth bits.
I feel like now you're saying that, I'm just imagining like every animal Fig has ever turned into is like a little bit goth. You know, in a fashion way.
Got a bit of edge to him. He's the least edgy person ever.
The softest person ever.
I was gonna say, like, edgy isn't a word that I would associate with Fig.
Edgy and sexier. Two things.
He's a very sweet boy.
Descending out the city, the guards taking note of you leaving. You see people now setting up their stalls, getting everything ready for the day. You've seen more travelers and merchants heading into the city with their wagons and various things, preparing for the deeper winter months. The clouds are thick and dark as you exit the city. It looks like there's going to be some heavy snowfall soon as you look out on this white wasteland with the pine trees off into the distance. You make your way back to the cave entrance.
Is my mushroom still there?
It's a bit cold looking, bit of snow on it, but it's trying to survive.
No. I'll turn back into me and I'll pluck the mushroom off. Now no one will know.
I feel like you're just going to be going through the whole cave, but like Fig, like cradling the mushroom. Not really looking where he's going.
Just like sleep now. You've done your work.
As Malara says, okay, so last time we were in one of these situations up on the mountain before entering to fight Alexander, we didn't really have a plan, and I feel like we're going into the same situation again.
I thought we had a plan.
No. You said...
Well, we go through,
yeah,
and then we rescue everyone, and then we come out.
Yeah,
this
we
was
go
the
through,
similar
kill the
type
skeletons.
of plan that we had with find Alexander and stop him.
I think we should go through, get rid of the skeletons, make sure there is a clear path, mark that path so we don't take any wrong turns through the rooms. And then I think the first place we come to, if I remember right, would be the prison. And then I think we need to quietly get rid of the guards in the prison section. And then if we can, make our way through to where the production area is.
We've all killed people here, but are we really wanting to kill these guards, or?
We
not?
could knock them out and put them into a cell and lock it. I don't want to unnecessarily kill anyone, but...
I feel the same way.
You know, I think it would be better not to kill them if we can. Just make sure they're incapacitated until we get everyone out, because they're not the masterminds. They are just, I'm sure they're just trying to get by as well as anybody else is.
And I don't want to be tried for murder.
No, definitely not. I mean, we might still end up getting, tried for breaking people out of prison, but...
Another risk that I feel like we haven't really talked about yet.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
Well, you could just turn into a tiny little spider and walk out of jail.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to get in much more trouble. And all you talking about how we don't have a plan, we did find Alexander in the end.
We did. It usually works out.
So now the plan is we'll just do it and try not to kill the guards.
But kill skeletons.
Kill the skeletons, don't kill the guards, try and just knock them out and tie them up or put them into a cell and we lock them in there. And then we get everybody out. And then we go to jail. And then we break out of there.
That sounds easy
That's
enough.
the plan.
Okay. Well, that's as
You feel better now, Malara?
A little bit. I'm not really sure what. I know that people are in need and we must stop them.
I don't have a problem with going to jail for doing the right thing,
What is jail?
The law doesn't mean it's the right thing. It's probably the other way around in quite a lot of cases.
Exactly.
There's no
Just
one...
because something is legal does not mean that it is right.
Fig's eyes are just like wall-eyed.
I don't think Fig understands what jail is.
I don't think Fig needs to understand what jail is. You can get out of anywhere.
Pretty much.
Okay, if it comes to it, we'll let him know. As you descend into the cave, you feel the dampness rising from the underground river, kind of giving this weird, like, mulchy feeling to your path. The entrance is a bit frozen as you head inside. Whistling winds wrap your ears as you head in. You come to the door, the ever-burning torch still sitting there, untouched.
I'm so curious about this torch. Like, do you think it'll do anything if you move it? I know I told you not to move it yesterday, but I kind of want to. Is this why you do it? Because you just kind of want to?
Does Veda know what the torch is?
It just looks like a torch that's burning forever.
I haven't been activating the traps just because I wanted to. It was accidental or very necessary.
Okay, I guess we just leave it alone.
Fig's just
Yeah, we
eyeing it up.
hold Fig's hand and just pull him.
I'm just very excited to see the skeletons again.
Is this a new spell that you have prepared?
Yeah, well, I've never done it before, but I was communing with nature this morning, and I had a feeling that it might be a good one.
I look forward to seeing it. Also, I feel like communing with nature is like code for doing a poop.
Yes. I mean, that's how he gets his spells.
Mm.
It's like tea reading, but a bit different.
Yeah.
That's canon what Emlyn thinks.
Yeah.
I have to commune with nature. All right, okay.
Thanks for that.
Not too close by.
Here's some leaves.
Go wash your hands. Heading inside, you still see the body of Susan on the floor, unmoving.
I like how you're calling him Susan now too.
Susan.
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 I still haven't seen it written down, so it's Susan.
Coming to that entrance where you first encountered Susan, you see the rubble in front of you. The door to your left is the poisonous trap room. God knows what's happening in there. And to your right would be the door to the skeletons, which was a nice looking hall with chandeliers on the ceiling and roughly about 6 skeletons, if you could remember.
Emlyn takes the door to the left. No,
how
I'm kidding.
big was the room?
It was probably like 50 by 25 feet.
Okay. I really want to...
I'm so anxious. I have no idea what you're going to do.
I just kind of want to open the door.
You open the door, and about 10 feet away from you lies about 3 skeletons, then another 25 feet away is 3 more skeletons, all just looking at the floor. You see tables where people would have been received at some point. You see goblets knocked on the floor, tabards and old tapestries just all ripped and torn to asunder. You have old swords at their side as they're all just looking at the floor.
Are they all standing?
They're all just standing there, yeah.
Can I do my spell?
Mm-hmm.
Fig just kind of like pulls out his water skin and starts pouring it on the floor. And he just smiles at the skeletons and a massive tidal wave just comes over them all.
Nice. I like it from this perspective of Emlyn and Veda and Malara. You just take out a little thing and start pouring on the floor with a smile on your face.
Yeah, he's like, pour on out for the lads. Okay, I need to make deck saves for all of them.
Okay. Let's have a look. Skeletons.
I was definitely going to say Emlyn is just like watching you pour it on the floor and is like, oh no.
It's
We've lost him for real now.
It was just too much. All this stress.
He's really just playing in a puddle.
Dexterity check was 10.
Okay, that fails.
Yeah.
For all of them?
Yeah, I ain't gonna do them all.
Fucking sweet. Okay, so that's...
Bludgeoning damage, right?
Yeah. 23.
So, bludgeoning, as some of us may know, is doubled for skeletons. So that's actually 46 damage. And they just...
Overkill.
Yeah. As you start pouring out the water, this tidal wave smacks into the first 3. The other ones start looking at this massive tidal wave. It starts picking up the stuff on the floor, goblets and tables and chairs, and just wails them all into the bottom left-hand corner and just crushes them. All turned to dust and wet bones.
Fig just turns around to everyone smiling.
Well, that was very effective.
That was really
just
fun.
staring. What? Why didn't you do that before?
I didn't have it before.
You didn't
I didn't
have
have a
it
poop
before.
that morning.
You didn't have any water with you. We need to remember to fill that up.
I'm just gonna merrily walk into the room.
Okay.
Emlyn is like wading through a foot of water. It's very difficult for them.
Yeah, does the water like drain away, or is
I
it
assume
just...
so. Yeah, 'cause it's magic. It's conjured. So.
Yeah.
It does spread across the ground in all directions. It
Okay,
then
so it's
vanishes
just a
in
bit
case it
damp
doesn't
in here now.
Mhm.
It's moist.
Yeah, you just see off into the far left-hand corner. You're coming from the top right. That there's just everything just slammed into the side corner, right next to the door.
Do you think
Well,
Fig just killed that rat he was friends with?
The rat died
it's already
because of
dead.
you!
Yeah.
Oh,
the rat died in the poison room.
Whoops! Oh, I retract my statement.
R.I.P. rat friend.
I will remember you.
So I guess if anyone wants to search this room, it's really easy now because everything is over there
Oh,
in a pile, a wet pile.
You want to investigate it, or are you okay?
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check.
It's a 13. Emlyn gets very wet.
Yeah, you start like hopping up over some tables to have a quick gander. The skeletons had some short swords and short bows. They're pretty old and pretty useless compared to your fancy ones. You do find a nice looking goblet though. It has some gem encrusted parts of it. Looks to be worth a good amount of money, probably like 25 gold pieces.
Alright, I take that. Put it in the bag of holding.
And you don't really find anything other than that of note or value. If they did have notes or anything paper related, it's now ruined.
Yeah, the crucial note leading us to this like amazing treasure hunt, the next great big quest, has been absolutely obliterated.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was worth it.
Yeah, it kind of was. It was very good.
Pretty cool.
Heading to the bottom section of this door, you open it, and you know the way would be to head back the way you came is right. You see off to the left-hand side, the door that led into the experiment room, now poisonous gas room, is just sitting there, untouched, locked for eternity.
Yeah, nobody touched that door.
Big yikes.
Heading left up through the corridor, you eventually come to another turn where another Emlyn shame, I suppose, is the axes swinging back and forth.
Are they still swinging?
Yes.
Do you think we can break these?
Do you think you can set them on fire if they've got wooden handles?
Do they have wooden handles?
Should have asked that first. Yes, sorry.
As you look at them to see if they have wooden handles, as one swing past your face, they're all metal.
Cool. Emlyn is silent again.
Could you try disarm it, Emlyn?
Can I?
Make an investigation check.
Here, can you do that thing where you grow flowers and then
Oh,
feel
yeah,
more
sure.
confident? Yeah.
Pat. They pat their back and some flowers grow.
There's 14 total.
14 total. Okay. As you have a quick look around, luckily you're on this side where the trap was probably controlled by. You see on the one closest to you swinging that there is a handle on the inside that can be pulled, but it's kind of a timing situation.
Alright, well, Emlyn tries to do the timing right.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
You got this, pat. Cast guidance.
Basically, Emlyn is just feeling more confident because of the pat on the back. They're very excited about that.
18. Do you wish to use guidance, or are you okay?
Yeah, I kind of
Pretty
feel
well.
like I don't trust these. Alright, 22.
22. Okay. Yeah, just with the reassurance of a pat on the back, and I feel like there might be some guilt somewhere around here. As the axe swings out, you quickly grab it and pull it. The axes stop and recline back into their place.
Emlyn switches from looking like absolutely terrified to like, I could have done that all along. I knew that was going to happen. They like, dust their hands off.
Should we test the thing that sets it off just to make sure it doesn't turn back on?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Ah, that's not fun.
Alright, instead of Walkie strolling confidently down, Emlyn maybe checks it.
Okay.
Checks that it won't be activated again, or
Can
tries
we
to
wait
disarm it.
Can we all get to the other side first, though? It's like,
Sure. Yeah. As you
Yeah.
go to the
don't want to get caught.
you do remember that I think it was some sort of pressure plate. As you walk towards it, it doesn't seem to work. I needed to have that trigger on, but it's not working anymore.
2 down, guys. We're doing great.
Heading into the next
Pat you on the
room,
back.
you see the door with the hole in it that Fig kicked in the eating hall, where there's skeleton bones. And
See that? I did that. Purple.
yes, Fig, we were all
I
there.
remember like it was yesterday.
It was a good kick.
Outside the kicks through door, you see the triggered log trap which hit Fig.
See that? I got hit by that.
Is it still just hanging there?
Yeah, it hasn't moved.
And there's not like more logs.
Yeah. just like respawns up on top. That one despawns
Yeah.
and that one comes out.
Like in a Zelda shrine.
Yeah. It's like, this is real life. That wouldn't happen, obviously. Heading down, moving past the log, you see the armory with old equipment off to your left. Take a right round the corner, coming to the very fancy rooms of Susan and the old barracks. Directly ahead of you is the kind of broken wall which separates this strange little dungeon from the cells, and the cupboard where you first met your rat friend on the right hand side.
Oh, Mikey.
R.I.P.
Did it have a name? I don't remember.
I don't know, but you just
I
called
don't
him
think so.
Mikey.
It's Mikey now.
Fig, can no, your perception is pretty high anyway. You can hear up from this. You do hear the footsteps of patrolling or guards.
It might be best if we need to talk quietly, because I think we're getting near people now.
Do we want to try and sneak up so we can try and take him by
Oh.
surprise?
I can help with that. And I'll cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah, I think we should just try to knock them out quietly, and if there's a way we can restrain them, then do that.
Evelyn, do you still have loads of rope?
Did I lose it and it was really sad? Yeah, I
Yeah, wasn't it just like dangling down?
Yeah,
Oh, did I get it back? I still have it in my pack. Did I just do that poorly?
It was the rope that you used to get down from the cliffside when you jumped off from.
Yeah, I
Right,
think you
fortress.
still have 50 foot, but you lost
Yeah, I
100.
had 150 feet.
Yeah.
I've lost the good climbing rope, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you did. I love seeing Emlyn's inventory. It's so bad.
I'm doing my best to keep track of it. It's not super easy. I don't know what this is, but I've got weird grey ombre pot and mystery potion.
Yeah.
Mm.
Weird grey ombre pot is the most confusing one. Yeah,
What's a weird grey ombre
Oh
pot?
no, sorry, it's a weird grey ombre potion.
Oh,
I just
potion.
couldn't
Okay.
see the end of it. That makes like
Yeah, I-
1,000% more sense.
Okay, yeah, I know what that is.
Emlyn and the ombre pot.
I think I do again.
Like they just took a vase from a room somewhere and were
Yeah.
saying, well, it could be useful.
I feel like they
Could be
specifically had
valuable.
an ombre though.
Um,
Oh, also remember that if we get split up or anything, we have the Walkie Speakies.
who has the other one?
Beta.
Okay, I think maybe Emlyn goes like a little bit ahead, but still in Fig's bubble of.
Okay,
Yeah, it's 30 feet.
everyone make stealth checks.
15. Hot damn. Bad rolls.
31.
Okay.
And it wasn't even a very good roll. 31's that's average for me with pass back trace.
24 and 22 for Malara. And then as you hop up and take a quick peek, about 20 feet away from you, you see two guards talking. And one's kind of got a bit of toast in his mouth. You see this old kind of chamber, but these very weird new placements of rocks to separate them into rooms. And then you know inside that there are cells made of iron bars. But ahead of you is two guards. They don't seem to notice you.
I'm ahead of everyone else, right?
Yeah, just a bit ahead.
I think maybe Emlyn goes back and tells everyone that there's two of them, and suggests, like, do you think maybe one of us should make a noise so only one of them comes down here, or so they're a bit further away?
Or we can like all sneak up behind them and whack them and knock
Just
them out.
there's two at once.
Yeah, well, two to one person.
I think if we sneak up on them 2 to 1 person, then we can probably knock them out before they can react, hopefully.
Sure. Do we want to get right up close to them?
Yeah, I mean, we can sneak up right behind them.
Just give him a good bunk in the head.
Yeah.
What my question was really, do we want to like ranged attack them from afar?
I say we get close to them, because then if it's range attack and they like turn around and see us, then they might run off. And at least if they're close, we can maybe like get them while they're trying to run.
Alright.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sneaky, sneaky, assassin style.
As you all sneak up behind them, they're just like, yeah, I don't know, the baker didn't make good bread today. It's kind of just a bit bland and shit. As whack. We'll say, yeah, just everyone make.
Let's say I want to attack with the pommel of my sword or something.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I really don't want to like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try two-hand my staff.
Okay, yeah, just roll some attacks.
15? Oh wait, would it be 27 because they're surprised?
Yeah, you guys have advantage.
Nice, natural 20.
24.
it's a 13. Did I roll a 3?
Hold it for.
Yeah.
Use your
And-
offhand.
Oh yeah, I do that. The offhand is a 24.
Okay, offhand hits. Lara goes for the bop. 17 hits. 24 hits.
Should we roll damage?
Yeah, everyone can roll damage now.
I got 9 and 3, 12.
It's because it
two.
doesn't add the +4 though. That's why.
Yeah, I know, but it's still just like, just a bad roll.
Emlyn, come on.
And then
One-
you get a sneak attack. as
Emlyn
well,
does
don't
1
you?
damage, but they also get sneak attack, right?
Yeah, they do the sneak attack.
Emlyn does 2 damage.
Is there a sneak attack only 1d6?
No, it's not. It should be.
No, it's not 1d6
Is
when
it
you're like
3d6?
level 5. Yeah, it's
Okay.
3d6.
Alright.
Don't worry, there'll be other one. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That was just too funny, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so you all go up behind them. Whack, 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 whack. As they all just fall to the ground unconscious. No one seems to have noticed. You pull them kind of out of the T section that they're in right now. You've got 2 cells in these little rooms, both to the left and right of you. The one directly to your left, Fig, is the place where you gave a prisoner a piece of your rations.
Mm-hmm.
And you can still hear a couple of other guards patrolling around.
Did these guys have any keys on them for cells?
Make an investigation check.
Uh-oh. 10?
10. You take a quick rummage around, and they do have like a ring of keys.
I have keys.
Shall we tie them up?
Yeah.
I think so.
Should someone go find somewhere to put them while I can do the knots? I'm better at tying things than finding things.
Well, maybe we should put them in one of the cells, swap them round, like, and change their clothes so it looks like they're people from the cells.
Maybe we should still tie them up and gag them, because if they wake up and they start shouting...
No, I meant both.
Yes, let's do both, definitely.
Are we undressing them?
No, I just mean if they've got a big. I mean, if okay, I don't know if they've got like
Because
a
that's
guard
weird,
jacket on. If they've got like a super obvious uniform where it's like the jacket, then maybe take that off.
Yeah, they're wearing like tabards of the army of Zundaria. So they've got like the
Yeah, take that
Maybe
off
take
and
that off
take
so
off
it's
the
not
armor.
Super easy to find them in the cells.
So, yeah.
I'll do the tying business if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I can help.
I'm gonna. Oh, you're gonna
I
help?
hold them
Okay.
Still, I hold them still while you tie them up because I know that
The
that's-
Wednesday.
Okay. Yep. You able to tie them both up in a knot. Which cell are you taking them to? You can see a door directly ahead of you. Leads into like quite a large room. There's cells to the right of you and directly to the left of you. But you know the one to the left of you has someone in it and is a smaller room.
I guess the one as furthest away as possible.
That makes sense. I kind of just think we should get them out the corridor, so it's
Yeah.
not obvious there's something wrong.
I'm gonna lift. Can I lift both of them or just one of them?
I'll say you can probably lift both of them. They're not particularly large in stature, so...
Okay, I'm just gonna fireman lift both of them.
Okay.
Like, okay, find a door.
Which one do you want to go to? One directly ahead of you, or the right, or the left?
The one that's furthest away from where people would, like, look, I guess.
Okay, so probably the one to your right. That's in the basically the top right-hand corner, so it's the furthest away from anything.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
Do you have keys for it? Like, do we have the key for this door?
Who knows?
Did I give the keys to Emlyn?
If you want to give it to keys to Emma, you can.
Yeah, I thought I did. So,
okay.
Yeah, I gave the keys to Emlyn.
Okay.
Alright, I try.
Make an investigation check.
19.
You lift these two people up, you run towards the top right-hand corner. You see the cell door around these stone bricks. Inside, you see two people in two different cages, all just sitting, kind of eating out of little wooden bowls. And you hear off into the distance people patrolling. It sounds like it's coming closer, Fig. As Emlyn, you quickly look at the ring of keys and just pick the first one, and it works. It opens as the door swings open, and you see two kind of more malnourished people eating gruel, and they kind of just look towards you.
Hello? Mind if I come in?
And you see like a human in one cell and a half-elf, two males in the other cell, and they're just kind of like looking at you.
We're here to help. Can you guys walk?
And they nod their head.
Okay, I'm just going to put the jailers down on the floor.
Okay.
I mean, presumably we're going to take the guards out first.
Well, we can start at least getting them into the hole.
As you start hearing... Yeah, where's Fade at this point? Are you with Emlyn and Fig?
I think she probably would have stuck close to those guys.
Okay.
Has she seen or heard the other guards approaching too?
Yes, you probably would have.
Okay,
What direction are they coming from?
South of you, a view of about 100 feet in one direction, and there's various branch paths, so you don't see him yet, so you're probably coming around one of these corners pretty soon.
Okay,
Okay. Shall we duck in this door and hide, and then when they walk past we can pop back out again?
Yeah, sure. My spell's still
Okay,
up,
let's
so
do that.
let's hide.
So if you hear... Where the hell did they get off to?
Are they close? Are they close enough for us to, like, spring?
Yeah, as you kind of like look out, they're probably like 15 feet away from you.
Okay, run out and
let's do
crack, I guess. Is it still
24.
advantage? Because it was a surprise?
Yeah. Okay.
Nice,
Okay.
25.
If y'all just jump out, all from different heights. Like Veda gets him in the back, Emlyn gets him in the kneecap, and Fig gets him on the head. As I'm pretty sure you'll do enough damage to...
Is it just the one guy?
Yeah, just one guy. Yeah.
Alright.
One
Yeah,
crack
I
on
can
the
still-
head.
11 damage.
His helmet kind of like bends in on itself.
25 altogether?
Yeah, you kind of just whack him in his small of his
Whack
back.
him a very gentle amount,
Yeah.
just enough to knock him out.
A
it-
soft whack.
And you whack him in the knee, Emlyn, to get him on the floor, and he falls unconscious.
Okay, I lift him up. I take him to the cell.
Yeah. And you still hear one more walking around.
Okay, so there's one more guy. Should I tie him up as well?
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
do that, but like, drag him into the cell.
I've already picked him up and put him in the cell.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Okay.
So that we're like a little bit out of the way.
Do you want to give me a hand tying it, Emlyn?
Yes. I think Emlyn also just like whispers to the people in the cell, like, just hold on, go soon.
I got a natural 20, so I do the most amazing bow.
It's like incredible bondage knots, but you don't even know.
Yeah, Fig doesn't know what bondage is.
It's like super skillful.
It's like...
Vita gives him a look.
She's just like, do.
So yeah, you do all this pretty intricate knot work, and you just hear someone pretty far from the distance just seems to be walking back and forth, patrolling a small area, probably at the
Look,
front entrance.
I made the knot into a cat's face.
That's very nice. Do you wanna
Okay,
maybe
shall
sneak up
we-
the other guard?
Yeah, let's
Yeah, let's go.
go. Can I hear where he might be? Like,
Make a perception
more-
check to get a more pinpoint.
oh no, a 10.
10. It's kind of hard to hear. He's south of you.
I made a really good cat face, so that was one of the best knots I've ever done.
Are you heading southward then?
Yeah.
Yes. Do we roll stealth again, or do we just keep our old rolls?
I don't think you've broken stealth, so I would say no. As you begin heading southward, you come to another crossroads, kind of peek around, a quick look, don't see anything. You do see the cell off to your left where you handed that person a piece of ration, and they're still in there. You head further down, and you notice the front entrance, the stairs heading upwards to the main workshop room, and a person patrolling at the front of there. And the doors for that section are open.
Should we try lead him out this way a little bit more?
I think we should just wait until he's turned away and try to get him.
Like, if we try and get him, will we be in super clear line of sight?
If there's someone at the very top of the stairs, probably. But you don't know. You can't.
But it's like steep enough stairs that we don't. It's not like a wide open room.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything they can distract him with? Is there any like loose pebbles lying around on the floor or anything?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I've got my stones. Don't have to throw them.
You don't need to use your special stones. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Phew. We'll grab a stone.
Maybe we should just like knock against the bar of one of the cells or something.
Or like be like, feed me more food, please. Is that how a prison has on here sounds?
Well, maybe maybe we should just knock on the bars of the cells first and see if he comes over, and then we can pretend to be helpless prisoners.
That's a good idea.
Who has the most persuasive knock?
They'll do it.
I will say, I'm pretty sure if Fig threw a rock at this guy's head, he would probably die. You want to do a little knock?
Should I roll anything?
Make a... No, I think you're
Just
okay.
make an intelligence check so that you don't fucking thump it.
Yeah, the whole place crumbles.
Run from the bathroom.
For Veda, make a strength check.
Oh no.
Sandy!
To see if Veda can knock loud enough.
I brought his rasp down.
That's a solid -1.
So
that was worth doing though, wasn't it?
Yeah. So as you're waiting for Veda to knock on the bars to bring the guard over, and you look at Veda, and they're she's knocking on it, but nothing's happening. And it's just like the rusted bars and things are just like dulling it, and there's just not enough strength behind it, and it's like you're in a cloud of silence. There's just
It's incredible that she can lift her loot, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like the quietest thing you've ever heard. So, you know, a peace comes over Remlin. This is all they want. They don't like
So
that.
relaxing.
Like, this one little like bubble of the city around Vader's hand is the quietest thing so many miles around.
Fig's just gonna see Vader like knocking, and he's gonna raise his hand and knock to see if it's Vader or is it
Yeah.
the bars.
You tink pretty loud. And someone goes, huh?
Vader, what the heck?
Shut up.
Does the guard start coming over?
He's kind of like looking in that general direction, but
Feed me.
I can't believe I was about to be like, oh, Emily should like encourage Vader to do it, but actually, what happened is by not speaking fast enough,
Fig
I've
acted.
a dumbass voice. Help!
Oh, please.
make a persuasion or deception. I'll let you choose.
Oh, they're both not good. Let's do a solid persuasion. That's a good 9. Oh.
As you see the guy kind of scrunch his face up, and he draws his sword, moves forward, looks up the stairs, and begins slowly walking up the stairs.
I want to shoot with an arrow, but not anywhere fatal.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, maybe this is a mistake, but I think it's maybe what I would do. Oh no, it's a 27.
Okay, go for it.
That's 6.
Okay.
It's like, do I get sneak attack?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll let you sneak attack.
Oh.
So where are you aiming to shoot him with an arrow?
This is such a mistake. I feel like they want to aim right at his like feet, so that at the back of his feet, right? So maybe
like his
will stop
Achilles
him
heel?
moving. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Emlyn!
Well, that sounds
You
really bad,
sick
but like,
bastard!
oh my god. I
Done
think
it
it's
now.
in character for them to just panic and do it. So
Okay.
I think they want him to like fall over, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah, you take your bow out very quickly and it launches forward. It shoots right in between like the joint of the foot and the ankle, and he just crumbles on the floor and hits his head off the step and knocks himself out.
Can I just like, can Fig just like run over and grab him like really quickly? Just like.
Yeah,
let's grab him and let's tie him up, but let's also maybe like bind his foot so he doesn't like bleed a lot.
Yeah, there's an
like a good
arrow
idea.
sticking right the way through it.
Oh jeez, Emlyn, did you have to hit in that specific spot?
I did mean to, but it was, there's a lot of people to help.
It doesn't look like it ruptured the Achilles heel, but more because you hit it from the side. It's just like gone right through the joint. But
Yeah, I think Emlyn's that's still the same level of panic though that they're reacting with. They already feel very guilty about the poison room.
I'm gonna take him to the room that all the other guys are in.
Okay. Yeah, you drag him back there and tie him up.
Yeah. Should I make a survival check?
Yeah, go for it.
A 19?
Can I help Fig tie up his foot as well so it doesn't bleed?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
So I've got +5.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe you were going to be better at
Okay.
medicine, which is why I was like, I helped Fig do it.
19 again.
19. Okay, yeah, you provide some bandages and various bits and pieces, and Fig, you use some of your druidic knowledge.
I have some herbs.
Yeah.
I
And
stuff it full of herbs.
you snap out the arrow, you start cleaning the wound with some water so it's all cleared up. Pinch it together, you rub this dark brown liquid onto it, and you wrap it up, and it seems to slowly stop bleeding.
He's gonna be fine.
I mean, I think we just want to go around with the keys, don't we? Unless you think that, time is of the essence. So that we should do a combo, one person with keys, one person just opening the locks.
Yeah, well, we can... I'll keep my ears out, of course, for more people coming down. And we can get the keys and get them out.
Veda wants to sneak over towards the bottom of the stairs and just peep and see if there's anyone up there.
Okay. Are you following her, Fig, or no?
No.
Can you make another stealth check? Because you're going to be outside of...
Oh, shoot, yeah. Do you want me to come with you, Veda?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Maybe I'm already doing the locks, though.
Okay.
I feel like Emlyn's worried that more guards will come down anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I'm going with Veda.
yeah, Fig, can you make another one as well?
Oh,
Okay, so that was a 16 for Veda and a natural 1, so 14 for Fig. As Fig's being a bit loud, kind of quickly rushing and bumping into some bars and rocks, you hit to the top of the stairs and...
Not the top, the bottom.
Oh, yeah, just like peeking up over, and Fig...
Yeah, wasn't going to go to the top of the stairs, just have a peek from the bottom, see if there was anybody visible.
Okay, so just having... if there was anyone up at the top there. You don't see anyone immediately at the top of the stairs. It does descend into the big workshop room. And Fig, as you hit to the bottom of the stairs, there's a bit of slick blood and you fall and you hit onto the ground. There's a bit of a loud sound as a body hits the floor.
ow. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just gonna get back up.
What was that noise?
Oh,
No, I'm joking. That wasn't that sound.
Emma, meanwhile, is opening all the doors, but like stealthy as fuck.
Yeah. As you're...
Their lowest stealth is probably about the same.
Yeah, make a stealth because you're out of this one as well. If you're trying to do it stealth.
I can't believe that I even said that. I don't know why I keep like joking about making extra rolls because it's gonna make me do it.
Yeah.
It's only, again, I rolled a 3, which makes it a 14.
Yeah. There we go. So yeah, you're trying to be quick, but not as quick as you were before. So you're trying a couple of keys out, and you open the 2 in this section here, and they kind of look towards you for instructions on what to do.
I think once they've had a peek at the bottom of the stairs, Veda will rush back over to where Emlyn's opening the cells.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I'm
Emlyn
just-
has probably just told people to like gather in the
Yeah.
maybe in a cell like closest to
Okay.
to the way that they're going to go out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fig's just
As,
slowly walking behind her. Just like,
as-
did I chip my tooth? Ow.
As Emlyn's opening the cells, Veda's just going to be saying like, okay, if you head towards this part of the room and like pointing the way where the like hole that leads sort of down to the pathway is, if you head down there and just wait at the bottom, don't go too far. Just wait for us, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to get you
nod.
out of here.
They'll nod.
Yeah.
Okay, just go and get out of sight.
You start like opening other rooms into different cells. Majority of these cells are empty. You do only find one other person rather than the two that you found is the one that you helped. For some reason, these three have specifically not been let out to do the work.
Is there any
Is
sign?
like everyone else up in the workroom? Is it like way less people than we last came through here?
No, it's about the same as you last came through here. You only saw one person down here before.
Oh, okay, so it's only like 3 people total.
Is there any of them look like they might be the lady from the what's it called, the Glimerick?
Zara? If you inquire, no, Zara, I believe, works up in the workroom.
We are going to get as many people out as we can, but you wait here for now, okay? Just stay out of sight.
Oh,
I guess
God.
we are going up to the workroom then.
I think what we should do is we should lock the guards that are tied up all into the same cell and keep the keys with us.
Yeah,
So they can't come after us.
I have an idea.
I thought that's what we were doing anyway.
Me,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Veda and I can disguise ourselves to be these guys that we locked in the cells.
That's
Okay,
a good idea.
we can do that.
And then Emlyn can maybe like sneak around the sides and stuff.
Emlyn here, you take this and Veda will give Emlyn the other sand-in stone.
Shall I come a wee bit behind you then?
Yeah, if you guys try to stay out of sight, and we'll maybe just see how many guards there are and let you know, and we'll form a plan from there.
We'll turn into the two that were patrolling together.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because then if it's like, oh, people see us together, it wouldn't be that crazy.
Okay.
And if I'll let you do all the talking because I will ruin it.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. So,
yep.
Disguise self thing into these two guards.
Yep.
Okay, easy enough. You transform and you begin ascending to the top of these stairs, where again you see this immense hall broken up into 2 floors. It would again be this super beautiful hall if not for the second floor that they've built with this ramshackled wood. You see about 35-ish people all around tables, working away, mortar and pestle in hand, using different machines, cutting up plants and various things. As you guys come up, you only see about 2 guards patrolling.
Can we tell if there's more up on the second floor? Is there any sign of anybody walking near the edges or anything?
Make a perception check.
Can I help? Because I'm also looking around.
Sure.
Do you want to roll it? I'll help.
25.
Okay, 25. So as you guys listen up, you do hear above you that there are people walking around, having conversations. You can't really see up. It basically covers the whole section of the second floor, I guess. You can't really see anything up. It seems to be encased entirely around these pillars.
Should we try to look upstairs?
Yeah, so is there people working upstairs?
You don't know.
Okay.
Can we
so we just can't see anything, really.
Yeah.
Can we see the stairs up?
There, you did previously see a ladder up.
Do you want to try going upstairs, Veda?
I think maybe we should try to take out the guards down here first, because...
Just the 2 of us?
Well, maybe Emlyn can sneak upstairs without being seen and let us know what is up there. I just think if 2 guards walk up the stairs, one of the other ones might be like, hey, what you doing? And then we don't know what we're doing, you know?
Yeah. We can maybe ask Emlyn to like snipe from the side as well with these 2 up here.
Well, do you want to speak to them in your little stone thing and ask them if they can sneak upstairs and let us know what's there.
Okay, sure.
They're very small and sneaky. I'm sure they can do it.
Okay, I'll whip out my speaky stone.
Mm-hmm.
Emlyn?
Is this thing on? Hello? Hello?
Hello? Emlyn? We need your
It's
help.
me, Emlyn. Can you hear me?
I can you hear me, Emlyn?
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you. Yeah, it's fine. I can hear
Emlyn?
you. Yeah, hello.
They're holding the stone like up, trying to get reception. Hello?
Hello? We need you to go upstairs.
Emlyn's
And check
doing
it out.
Like, like someone of like a much older generation trying to use Skype.
It's like right up the nose.
No, or no, like I think they're just like looking at the stone really hard, and they like don't need to because it's audio only.
Yeah.
Did you hear me, Emlyn?
Yeah, all right. Emlyn hears you. Eventually, they start talking more quietly when they realise that they can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just sneak up and look for more guards?
I think so.
Well, if I tell you in the stone, I'll give you a signal, and then you knock out the guards downstairs. If I give you the signal,
Sure thing. Over.
the signal is just me yelling. Okay. All right, I sneak up the stairs.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
If Emlyn would have been so touched if they could hear Vader's confidence in them, but they have no such confidence in themselves. Oh, I was a 2, so that's a 13, which is the lowest I can roll.
Yeah, that's actually worse.
Getting a lot of bad stealth checks.
Okay, I need to check something.
Can me and Veda like walk up the room a little bit so we're closer to the guards?
Yeah, from the far left of the hall. You know that Hymir, Mr. Red, is on the far right-hand side in his own little room with the death bots. Yeah, and you see one guy right in front of you, just kind of like overlooking people's work, and far off into the distance, about 75 feet away, another person kind of just patrolling in between the tables.
Do they seem to like acknowledge us?
No, they've kind of got their backs turned to you right now.
Maybe Emlyn tries to get like closer to the ladder.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of going out and around. No one seems to notice you as you sneak around, keeping close to the corners.
I don't think they're very confident they can get like up the ladder.
Yeah.
Without anyone looking.
You get to right behind one of the pillars. You see people working pretty close next to you, and a ladder going up, and a hatch at the very, very top. And you see the person pretty regularly patrolling close to the ladder and up and around, but they don't seem to see you.
From here, though, it's like a closed hatch, is it?
It's a closed hatch, yeah.
So if where the guards are now,
Mm-hmm.
from the higher levels, you can't immediately see that. You just might be able to hear it.
Yeah.
If we try to take them out. And maybe Emlyn just like whispers back into the stone, being like, I don't know if I can do this ladder. I think we should try and take them out on this floor first.
Emlyn?
Like, oh my god. Fig. Can you maybe keep the stone somewhere where you can hear it? You know, so if I'm trying to contact you, I'm not just talking to your pocket.
I can hear you now. What were you saying?
Can you? I think we should take out the guards first.
Okay. Yep.
I can try and get the one closest to the ladder.
Okay. Sure. Yep. Sounds
But I
good.
might want help.
I can come help the one with you, and then maybe Malara can help the one with Veda. Veda.
Yeah, I will let Malara know. And Veda can cast message back to Malara.
Okay.
And just say, hey, can you help me come and take out this guy?
Hello?
You just cast it again. It's Veda. Can you come into the room, please? I'm right near the door.
Sure. And she kind of comes up to the bottom of the stairs and kind of looks up.
Like Veda looking like the guard is just kind of like pointing at the other guy with her thumb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start making my way towards the other guy. Like, Emlyn, I'm on the way. Do you hear me, Emlyn?
I can see you. We're in the same room.
Emlyn.
Emlyn being Emily being like really exasperated with Fig is like one of my favorite things. It's so good.
Yeah, as you walk past, the guards don't seem to pay mind to you walking up and around. They kind of just like, they take note of Fig walking past and they're just looking at the people working. They're not very perceptive. They don't expect anything. So
maybe if we see Malara starting to approach, if we see her come into the room,
yeah, she approaches up.
we should just, right, let's
Am
go.
I ready?
Yes.
We'll do Emlyn and Fig first.
Okay. Is it a surprise again?
Yeah, they're not knowledgeable too.
Oh,
It's an
15.
18.
Are you stabbing them, Emlyn?
No, with the pommel of the short sword
yeah.
again. Again, I feel like if we started knocking them out, that would make Emlyn feel a lot less horribly guilty about nearly killing everyone.
Okay. Roll damage, Emlyn, and then sneak attack.
Okay, that's 19 total. Does that take them? Does that knock this person out?
As Emlyn, you getting a bit annoyed at Fig, I would say. You see Fig approach, and you just quickly dash out, and you use one of the rings on the ladder. You climb up a bit, and you pounce off, and you bring the pommel of your sword onto the back of his head as Fig swings wide, and the guy just disappears as he's already on the floor unconscious.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Maybe they want to dash to the other guard because we couldn't have let Vader know that this was the right time. So maybe they leave Fig with rope to tie, or Fig to tie this guy up or move him.
You start moving.
It's probably not going to make any difference, but they do it anyway.
Yeah, as you start running towards them, as Vader probably clocks you coming up, as unsheath your rapier and whack this guy. 19 hits. If you want to deal damage. Oh, 10. And you clock him on the back of the head. He doesn't go down immediately as Malara just grabs him by the face and trips him up and slams him into the floor, unconscious.
I'll just pick these up.
What about?
You've got everything under control over here. Then that's fine. That's all right. I'll just help Fig or something.
Everyone now just turns to look at you guys.
I'm gonna pick up the corpse. I mean, not the corpse. Unconscious man. And I'm gonna run over and pick up the other one as well, and just take them into the body room.
Body snatchers.
I think Vader will drop disguise self.
Okay.
And just say to everyone, we are quite quietly because she doesn't know what's upstairs. We are going to get everybody out of here, but maybe if you stay where you are just for a few more minutes.
Do people in the room react excited to Vader, or are they really out of it? Or
most people are out of it. They're just kind of looking unenthused faces. They're not really reacting. A couple of people are wide-eyed, but other people are just not really focusing.
Maybe Inland tries to go up to one of the people that reacted more and is like, we're going to take everyone somewhere safe, but can you tell me what's upstairs?
First, I'm going to ask Veda and now Emlyn to make persuasion rolls.
Fig's halfway down the corridor with the two bodies.
Stop saying corpses.
He's just like, oh no, I forgot the keys.
17.
Okay. Everyone that you're addressing seems to be okay with what's going on, and most people, they slowly nod and not seem to understand what you're conveying. And then Emlyn runs up to this person. That you see that they are a dwarf person, long beard, kind of really sunken in eyes, and they kind of looking a bit crazed as you kind of approach them, and they just kind of start pushing you away, just I don't really know what's going on, and they've got a little mortar and pestle crusher thing in their hand.
Maybe Emlyn just tries to emphasize, we're going to try and get you somewhere safe. You're allowed to be no, Emlyn is extremely unpersuasive today and it doesn't work, but can they try and ask someone else? Maybe they can try and ask someone who's very out of it.
Yeah, as you actually approach someone else, the people that are out of it, they're all just trained on the fiery visage of as you kind of even wave in front of them, they're not even reacting to you.
No, yeah, me too, that makes sense.
Emlyn just hears Emlyn.
Oh, all right. Oh, now you know how to work the stone.
Evelyn, I forgot the keys.
Emlyn, like, quietly, but stomping, walks down to unlock that door and kind of thinks that maybe, like, if anyone's going to persuade these people what to do or ask them more questions, Vader is the right person to do it.
When Emlyn unlocks the door, you see Fig literally just go, thanks.
He just thinks that that's how you activate it.
That's the command word. You have to activate it.
What? Fig.
Yes.
What is that noise you're making?
It's a noise you do for your speaking wikis. Walkie speakies.
Could you not? Well, I'm glad you're having fun. Emlyn fumbling to unlock the door.
Oh, Emlyn, do you want to help me tie them up as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
May I make another survival check as Veda addresses the room?
I think she's gonna stay quite quiet until she knows what's upstairs. But just maybe like kind of walk around a bit and try and be reassuring and just be like, just stay where you are for just a few more minutes.
Okay.
And then we will get you out of here.
One person in particular catches your eye for more reasons than one. You see this person they've got this really nice sky blue skin, white flowing hair, with these dull glowing swirly tattoos on her arms. She seems to be one of the people more interested, but she's kind of like covering a bit more. She's got quite a pretty face. As you kind of clock her and she clocks you. As long as we're quiet, I don't think the people upstairs will know that we will be doing anything. They don't really pay attention too much. And it is the guard room for the Baron.
Are you Sarah?
Yes, I am. How did you know?
Gildor sent us to try to find you.
Well, that is much appreciated. I will have to buy her a drink when I get back.
I'm glad you're okay. Did you say that the room upstairs is the guard room?
Yes. You do not want to go up there. That is where they sleep.
Is it connected to part of the Baron's home? Or is it a separate room?
I haven't really been up there much, but it does lead further up. There is a connection somehow. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, as long as there are no more prisoners up there, I guess we don't need to go up if we stay quiet.
No, I don't think they take anyone up there. Too much risk of escaping, I think.
Could you help us round everyone up? We've cleared a path through where the cells are. There's a hole in the wall that leads through an old ruin, and we have cleared out the dangers.
I've heard of horrible things down there. Even when we first arrive, they say to test your luck and go down there, but it is too scary.
You don't need to worry. They're gone now.
I appreciate that.
Do you think you could maybe help round everyone up? And I'm going to go and collect your Mr. Red.
He's a good person. He ensures that we are all fed and looked after. Although he's done some bad things, but all in all, I think he is a good person. Just try not to hurt him.
I won't hurt him.
She goes next to her table mate, who's this slender half-elf person, large pointy ears that dip down at the ends, and long red messy hair tied in a bun. Right, come on. Lord Homan, we're going to get everyone out. We'll get everyone organized. And he kind of nods his head. Sure. And she starts like getting everyone ready and packing up a couple of bits and pieces as you enter into the chamber of Mr. Red. As you open this door that doesn't have any way in from the interior side, Malara kind of waits out, ensuring that you can open the door again. Do you knock on his door?
Yeah.
Moments pass, and you see this old, haggard-looking blue tiefling. Hello. Nice to see you again.
Hello, Himya. have cleared the way to get everyone out if you want to come.
His kind of eyes widen. The wrinkles kind of stretch. Oh, really? You have cleared out the way?
I think so. If we find anything else on the way out, I'm confident we can handle it.
And you will let me leave?
Are you going to start your own drug empire?
No.
Does Vader believe in?
Make an insight check.
No, not 20.
No, he's definitely not.
I love it. You're just like, yep, he is absolutely going to become the next drug lord.
No, I definitely not. It was never my intentions. If I can, I wish to get back to setting up a proper church of Lathander and teach his ways.
Let's not get into a religious discussion right now. But I don't believe that you are going to do wrong, and I think you're just as much as a prisoner here as everyone else is, so let's go.
And he goes to his room, opens a drawer and takes out a small prayer book, wraps a couple of things in his bed sheets, and ties them around his walking cane that he has. He walks out with you.
Imagine Evelyn and Fig came back up and started helping everyone leave.
Now there's just this huge congregation of people. Fig, I feel like you would be a bit uneasy in this crowd. They're quite tight corridors and there's like 40 people here.
He's helping people. He's not really thinking about it.
Okay.
If there's anyone who's really out of it and having trouble walking, he'll pick them up.
Okay. Yeah, there's probably some older people that you can definitely help with that. As you slowly and surely help everyone down into the lead chamber. Who's leading this brigade of people? And what's the kind of walk order?
I'll stay at the back in case anyone's having trouble.
Okay.
Vader, go first.
I feel like it should be Vader first, and maybe, unless people need help in the way, maybe Emlyn wants to be at the back as well, almost in case anyone else comes after us, so they could shoot.
And Lara will probably just help people who need it in the middle. And you see the people that are kind of with it are helping as well. Some people are just staring, looking at walls and stroking the walls, not really knowing what to do. And
if someone's stroking the walls, Fig's gonna give him one of his smooth stones so that they stay occupied with that and don't stop.
Okay, yeah.
Also, if this just sort of as we're walking, when we start to get anywhere near the room that's full of poison gas, Vader's gonna be make sure no one touches that door.
Okay.
No, yeah, I was only going to say that Emlyn should is trying to make sure people don't go off in the corridors either side as well, right? I think maybe it should be Fig that's looking out at the back, and then if Emlyn needs more help because it's people who won't move or need help with walking, then they can ask. But they're mostly trying to just gently round people up.
Okay.
Who might, they don't want anyone to accidentally drop off the back or turn down a wrong corridor or anything like that.
Fig, make a perception check.
If anyone comes near, they're getting tidal waved. 24.
Okay.
Can you do that again?
Yes.
I don't know how many spells you have. Cool, yeah. Yeah, you should definitely be keeping an eye out. Tidal wave to the back.
You can just tidal wave people to the exit.
It's go on, shoot, away with you.
Just kill them all.
Yeah, exactly. I see no problem with that.
Just a mass wave of murder. It's fine.
Yeah, this is the point where
Fig takes a dark turn.
Yeah, again, no, Fig could just be the sorry guys.
It's nothing personal.
Oh my god. Or it just turns out that Fig is just really really but also is a psychopath.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fig doesn't want the rocks to get hurt, so why not murder all these people? They really have no concept of it.
They were grinding up herbs. That's wrong. They were killing plant life.
All those mushrooms who died.
Yeah, Fig just does
Who
a
will I
huge
fuck
smile
now?
and turns on us well.
Yeah.
He drops disguise self and he's Alexander.
Fig died a long time ago.
Or it turns out that this has just been an act. Do you know what I mean? Fig is just incredibly with it, like a phobog that's incredibly with it.
Yeah.
Just real good at deception. None of us bothered to insight check because he had us so good.
Yeah. All those secret deception rolls. So as you begin helping people out, Fig, listening out, you don't hear anything. Apparently you've done a good enough job sneaking around, taking out guards who are now going to starve to death.
I did think about putting the keys next to the cage, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know if we put the keys outside the cage,
No.
but then they might come after us. But also, like, surely if everyone's missing, they'll like
Yeah.
check the cells
they're
downstairs.
like, "Whoa, hey now,
Yeah.
We'll see.
let's look for the guards."
We'll see.
They're fine, Sandy. They're fine.
Such an ass.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Easily enough navigate people through this. You know, some people are a bit freaked out by these skeletons. Veda at the front, you make sure that the traps don't go off again, just in case they don't seem to react. You lead people through the eating hall where there's now just a bunch of...
When we pass through the door, the hole in the wall,
Mhm.
go, I did that.
And the person just like looks blankly at you.
Cool, right? Fig's just been chatting with this guy the whole time.
Yeah. As you make your way through, avoiding the poisonous room, you come to the room of chains, and people are confused that are with it. Some people kind of like trip on chains that are lining the floor, and this person cuts in twain as you make your way out into the tunnels. Good few minutes pass. You're out into the cold air of the snowy ground. A lot of people are just like rubbing their arms, and they're mostly just wearing tunics, nothing really to keep them warm. Some aren't even wearing shoes, and they kind of like look towards you guys.
How many people is it in total?
38.
Can we maybe like each kind of go round in groups of them and ask them if they, you know, like gently, like where they're from, or you know, if they have family in the city or anything like that?
You get various responses. Some saying I live in the Downs, others I was a travelling merchant. Some say yes, I've got family, others no. But mostly it's, you don't see anyone of high regard. Most people are probably from the Downs. There's some people that are from not nicer parts of the upper areas. Others are just travelling merchants that got tied up.
How long is it going to take? Well, how long did it take for us to get from the exit, like, to the front of the town again?
20 minutes to go all the way
Was
around.
that us riding, or was that...
That if you were walking, we would 20 minutes. It only took you like 5 sprinting on a horse.
Okay, you can just keep walking, I guess.
Can we ask, like someone who seems like clear, or as responsive as possible, like what happened exactly that meant they started working there? Like, is it that they all did something that the Baron didn't like?
The dwarf, who now is more trusting of you guys, they say, well, I was just travelling through and heard about this drug thing, and just one minute I was setting up my stall, selling some goods, and next minute, no, I was just being dragged down here. You know, I was by myself mostly, just a travelling merchant, selling a few bits and bobs. I've been here for a good while now.
My question is, like, do you think the people at the gates will let all these people back into the city?
They better. Or they don't kick off.
Well, I think that's as good an answer as any.
Punches fist
I feel
into
like,
hand.
You know, if there's people in the city that like clearly do have family, there's like so many of them, right? I feel like we don't really want to be like harboring 40 whole people who are missing from the Baron's thing. And like we need to like try and find the, you know, sort out the source of it. But like maybe if there's people who can be returned home and like, or like given money to start, you know, to get back on the road, or so that they've at least got enough money for like clothes and supplies and stuff.
It's I guess it's really up to I think some people are waiting for a decision on what's going to be happening. Like they're probably just sitting down now for a minute, because some of them are like, I don't want to go walking in the snow with no shoes.
Yeah.
I kind of don't. Well, I feel like if we do, we should be taking them back in. I don't think we can send people in this state off on their own. But if some of them know where they're from or know where their family is, we could go with them.
I think we should just go to the guards at the gate and tell them that these people are citizens of their town if they question us.
Or that we were at a party the night before, just coming back.
Real bad walk of shame.
I think that you should tell the guards that.
I will do the talking. It's fine.
Zara actually speaks up and says, I've never seen you guys around these parts before, but I don't know if you know how this town works. If we look like this, the way we do in rags, they're probably going to escort us down to the downs. And I feel like most of the people are not in a good state. Do you know if there's a small town nearby that we could probably go to? I don't know if we can help people's habits at this point in time. I feel like if we got to the gate, that they're just going to either turn us away or just throw us back into the downs and leave these people.
Okay, well...
I don't know if the guild could do anything about it.
How far is this other town?
There's a couple of other towns, one to the north and one to the east. One to the north is heading toward Niflheim, the other to Zundaria. Most people are leaving their homes for the winter to bigger cities. Problems of wolves and things, they hunt around these times. But I feel like if we walk into these places, it's going to be pretty bad.
You know this area and this town better than we do, so I will trust your judgment. If there's somewhere safe we can take people just temporarily.
I do not wish to burden you, but I feel like this cave where we're in is a good place to rest for the snow. But we will need clothes, shoes, blankets at least, to ensure that they make it there. It is just my opinion, but...
If we go to another town, I have money. I will buy clothes and shoes and blankets. I don't mind doing this.
What about...
I don't think we should stay in this cave just in case the guards come looking.
I don't think the guards will come looking. They think there's still monsters down there. I mean, if it's only for long enough for us to go into town and buy boots and clothes and things, that's maybe better than trying to move people.
Even if
they're really cold.
Even if it is just go to the Limerick, we could even get sheets and spare, maybe not costumes, but some clothes at least.
If you all want to stay here and stay safe and hidden for a little while, I will go and I will get some clothes and some shoes for everyone.
Malara says, I could stay here just in case anything bad happens.
Alright, Emlyn gives Malara the walkie-talkie stone.
Okay,
I've got the other side.
It works. Hello?
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 Can you hear me?
I don't know why I didn't try and
Malara?
get Fig to give Malara the stone.
Yes, I think I can hear you.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I think it's working.
Great, cool. We'll message you on here if you need it. Out.
Okay.
You're just standing next to each other. Well,
Okay.
that seems a totally foolproof system. But at least it means you can get in touch if there's any trouble.
Yes.
Just gonna have a quick scan of try and make a note of.
Yeah, I was gonna
What
say we should
sizes
go
and
around trying to
stuff.
like note down. Like we can at least look at people's feet and see how big
Yeah,
they are,
shoe
so that we can be
sizes.
estimating. You know, like all right, make a tally chart. Like all right, these people. This is how many people need like a large. This is how many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, this many dwarves, this many like elves.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you take a bit of time and you note down everyone of note. And Zara says, do any of you have like a spare cloak or something that I could try get in? Obviously, I have a good place in here. I could even help acquire some of these things.
Yeah, you can put my cloak on.
Okay, good.
Emlyn was about to offer before they realised that maybe it would be like very short.
It's just a hanky.
I can get in. Don't have to worry about me. I will get in my own way, and I'll meet you at the Limerick. As you notice that this, pale blue, sky blue skin that she has and this white hair, you've met people like this before. She's an Air Genasi.
Fancy. Before we leave the cave, Feda's just gonna give Malara a little kiss.
She smiles and gives you another kiss back. And she kind of
Back
holds
to
your
me.
hands tightly and says, we can get these people safe.
I will, don't worry.
And she unsheaths her axe and just kind of looks up the hall, ensuring no one comes out. As you begin to approach the city, you see that about 100 feet away from the main entrance, Zara looks to you and says, "I will see you inside." And she does this spinning jump, and a big poof of air goes under her feet, and she hops up onto the wall, and then seems to just hop over the wall.
Whoa.
I didn't know they are such show-offs.
Yeah, I bet I could do that if I wanted to.
Maybe I could do that.
Well, maybe don't
Not
try
It
it now.
runs into the wall.
I was thinking we're gonna have to get a lot of stuff, so maybe we should like rent a cart and I can pull it, rather than all of us just carrying all these clothes and stuff in bundles, because that might look a little bit weird.
Maybe that's a good idea, especially if we're going to go to a different town after this.
Yeah, we can help carry some people who can't walk and stuff.
That's a good idea. Let's do that.
As you head inside, the guards take note of you. They've seen you enter and exit before. Getting a bit curious.
It's also weird that they keep coming and going with a horse and or a giant man.
Yeah, and you're
No.
I mean, it's probably not.
No, we
You're-
just keep arriving
Yeah,
again and
I was
again.
gonna say, you only
It's
keep
probably
coming in.
not the same guards on
Yeah.
every time,
No,
though.
no. This is the morning guards, but the night guards saw you twice enter.
We just
You're like,
never
did you
leave.
see them leave?
You're like, we must be really bad at our jobs. As you enter, there's the stables there called the Broken Oak.
Do you want to get the horse as well? Or I can just pull it, but
Well, if we have a
how far away
horse,
the town is,
then
though.
that means you are free to help with other things.
True. And it means we got a new friend.
Yes.
Rolls eyes. As you approach the Broken Oak, you see this pretty substantial sized house. You see a person outside with one of the horses cleaning its hoofs. Big, beautiful ivory horses with like black spots. They were the dapple
Yes, dapple grey.
dapple grey horses, and it seems to be the kind of horses that this person has and breeds. And you see a large field to the side where there seems to be a bunch of horses. There's a couple of carts on sale, a couple of wagons. You see this half-orc person, large tusks reaching up past their cheeks, bending at like almost a 45-degree angle, cleaning the hoofs. Good morning. Or afternoon, I suppose. How can I help you?
We're looking to buy one of your lovely horses.
But
They're
of
just
course.
stunning. What a lovely colour they are.
Yes, they are quite stunning. And you notice that this person has a similar skin tone to the dapple horses. He's grey with kind of white speckles. Yes, well, is it large workhorse that you need, or just a one for riding?
They're for pulling carts, and we also need to buy a cart.
Oh, excellent. We can get that. Where are you heading, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know, what's this one called? Right, look
We're-
what he's talking
We're
to.
heading to Zendaya.
Heading to a larger city in the winter. Probably a safer bet. This one is called Coconut.
Oh, that's a great name. Do you name all your horses?
Most of them.
Hello, Coconut. My pet's face.
You ever seen a coconut? They're very strange things.
I don't think I ever have seen a coconut. Do you have one?
Oh no, you will have to have a look. Maybe in the market they'll have some coconut. But anyway, he goes behind a counter inside the house. He comes out with a book. Coconut herself is a pretty good horse. I was just doing some maintenance, but she's good to go. But feel free to have a look around. We have 5 other suitable horses for sale. For the cart and horse, bit and bridle, and some food for the road. We shall call it 85 gold pieces.
Okay. Guys, do we have that kind of money?
How much
Well,
was it?
Since we're getting both, wait, can I see if I know whether it's worth it? Whether it's expensive or not?
Sure, make a history check.
I feel like Emlyn used to have. Emlyn definitely.
Yeah,
didn't
make
used
it
to-
with advantage because you're a merchant background.
Yeah, like they definitely didn't used to travel by foot. They're probably much more familiar with carts and stuff.
16.
16.
It's actually a really reasonable price. It's not like too high or anything. It's actually quite near the middle mark.
We also found like a whole bunch of treasure in that place.
You did.
We've got plenty of money.
No, I know. Maybe Emlyn is like, can we do it for 80?
Make a persuasion check.
I feel like they don't really have like a good reason why.
Yeah,
because they know it's a good price, but like
They're just chancing their arm.
it's a 9.
9. I mean, they were a merchant, not a good merchant. You always have to remember that.
It's true. That's true.
He says, well, it's coming up to winter, so I need to ensure that my horses are fed and the farms are mostly closing, so I have to say 85.
No, I'm sorry. It seems a fair. Emlyn just hands over the money.
Okay. He says, do you know what? I'll give you some feed for the road. And he throws in a couple of bags on the back of a cart. He says,
I thank you.
Can we also get 2 apples?
you'd have to go to the store for that.
Okay.
You don't have apples
Noted.
here.
Can I pick a horse?
Of course, he leads you back to the horse.
I'll have to ask which one wants to come with, though. Okay, I'm just gonna go by asking the horses if they want to be my friend.
Yeah, you hop up on the side of the fence, that holds them in, beckon them over, and a lot of them kind of come over looking for food and start like nibbling at your armor and bits and pieces, and all kind of like looking at you.
Bite off the big mushrooms on my shoulders. Now, I'm looking for someone to come with us on adventures and to help people. Does that sound like anything any of you want to do?
3 of them kind of like back away and just go back to eating since you didn't have any food. One of them looks pretty meaty and strong looking. The other one's a bit smaller, a softer face and more friendly, I would say, than the other one. The other one's quite aggressively like trying to eat at you.
Oh no. How about I go to the softer one and I pet them?
You can tell it's a mare.
Do you want to come with us?
And like it puts its head towards you.
What's this one called?
That's one of our new ones. That one doesn't have a name yet.
I'm going to call you Plumpkin and we'll take her.
Be back in a little while. I can get it all sorted up for you.
We'll come back for you, Plumpkin. I love her. She's the best horse I've ever seen.
Veda's concerned.
Yeah, we're just gonna go like 2 steps out of the city and it'll just be like, oh, arrows. Oh, the Baron's found.
Where are you guys heading?
Shall
To
we
the shoe
go?
shop.
Yeah. Should we go
Somewhere
buy
with
shoes and
practical
clothes and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
And then go to the Limerick.
Okay. Is it back to?
Oh god, the
Yes.
the fish guy. What's his name again?
I need to get
Yes! What did I just
Maybe
call the
water
horse?
store.
Plumpkin.
Plumpkin, okay.
Like a plump pumpkin.
That's how this whole adventure started.
Yep. It's come
Throwback.
full circle.
The Brothers Bluethorn, the big department store.
He's a Triton, right?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
Triton. Yeah. Very wet looking and.
I really liked him.
I'm just excited to hear the music.
I didn't
again.
necessarily trust him. I think I liked him and Veda didn't like him, but whatever.
So is everyone going to Brothers Bluethorn, or is it just?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Our
And then
best
it's
friend.
just like very, very low down in the aisles and can't really figure out like which one to get to. And they're just getting like more and more cross.
So as you head towards Brothers Bluethorn, as you enter, a Triton person greets you. Hello. Welcome to Brothers Bluethorn. Nice to see you again. Anything we can help you with today? His 2 eyes blink at different times.
I don't know if Vader would be better at this, but I feel like maybe Emlyn just wants to buy like everything here and see if they can get a discount.
Wait.
Emlyn is not good at it, but they will try.
when Emlyn starts to talk, Veda's just kind of going to be like, I'll do this.
Emlyn is sad, but they let Vader do it.
We are looking to buy quite a few pairs of shoes and some clothing.
And some apples.
We can do that, I'm sure. As she's like standing next to like a whole selection of clothing. Yeah, I'm sure we can do that. Oh, there it is. Clothes. Is there particular sizes that you need?
We are going to get a variety. I have a list.
What is this for?
Winter is approaching, and some people cannot afford these things, so we want to be able to provide them for those who can't buy them themselves.
It's a charitable enterprise.
As he kind of unscrews a bottle of water, sack next to him, he pours it some in his hands and he wets his gills a little bit. Oh, that is very kind of you. Well, if you give me the list, I can get a couple of helpers to get all this equipment that you need and get it all right. Brothers, we need help. Can anyone help? As you just see like a couple of other Triton heads poke up all around the store, and they'll go, yeah.
I just imagine them walking around, have the wettest, slappiest little feet.
They do. On the stone floor, it's like. We have a list of different people who need clothing for the winter. This person is being very generous. And but there's apples as well?
Apparently he needs apples.
I mean, I would just go look for them. You guys have your hands full.
I think maybe also just like food, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
if
yeah.
there's anything that's like easily digestible, like plain transportable food.
I will go on a food hunt.
Power bars.
Emily's going to help me go on a food hunt, or...
There's the whole trail mix selection that they have. Like your own little bags that you can make. As well as a small bakery that's attached. A little food court that they have.
Just imagine finding the apples next to like axes and swords.
Yeah.
Like
it's
germicide.
Yeah, there's like a whole fresh produce section. It's like a market. It looks like a market, but it's not a market. That kind of shtick. Where they've got like stalls set up, but there's no one behind it, and it's just like, take it to the checkout. You get these little wicker baskets to walk around with.
When you ask Emlyn to come with, their face like falls a little bit, and then they try and like hide it, and they're like, "Well, I mean, I thought I was helping here, but unless they like look up at Vader."
I can always use your help, Emlyn.
Emlyn looks reassured.
Okay, I'll just go. Don't mind me.
Yeah, as you just see Tritons descend upon the clothing section, picking up things, putting them in baskets, and putting them at the checkout. People starts ringing it up.
I bet the lighting in here is really unflattering.
Yeah, it's quite dim. There are some like candle chandeliers and stuff, made of like iron and things, but yeah, it's not.
It's not how I'm picturing it.
No, I was imagining like sort of like gross, slightly green, like magical strip lights. Emlyn catches themselves in a mirror and they're like, God, do I look that old?
Yeah, it's like that kind of light where you can't see your own veins, so you just look freaky.
The blue light, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Makes it look underwater, so. This is your story I'm telling, so it's really what you want.
And I've decided that the things that we want to input most about in the story in the world are this one shop. We've got really strong ideas about the music.
We get really involved.
The lighting. Yeah.
I just imagine like Lionel flooring as well. Lino.
Yeah, like it's whatever it is. We haven't seen it before, but it like their feet slap on it like really wetly, and it's like
and there's always like little puddles that just don't go
it's like
anywhere.
It's like a little bit soft, but it's kind of peeling in some places.
Yeah.
Honestly, they need to replace it, but they've got other
with
stuff to do.
I also just imagine them wearing like those horrible like blue cottony polo shirts that are really thick, like the ones people at Blockbuster used to wear.
100% imagine them wearing like lightly gross polo shirts.
Yeah.
No, it's like a weird synthetic fabric.
Like khaki trousers.
Does it have name tags? But all of the name tags just say like the brothers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They all
it's
have
just the same
ones,
because they're all brothers.
They all have brothers Bluethorn on it, but only the manager Bertolt has his name Bertolt. And he's the one.
Do they all have names beginning with B?
You'd have to ask them.
They totally do.
They're the blubbers.
Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
If Emlyn goes around and asks every single one of them their names,
yeah,
could you reel them off for me?
How many are there?
DM challenge.
3.
No, there's probably like 5 helping
Oh my
you guys
God.
out, but there's more in the store. We've got Bertolt, who you know, Bert.
Bort.
Bort, yeah, Bort.
My son is also named Bort.
Broth, Bortles, more I've done.
Brian.
and Brian. He's a bit of a shorter fella, Brian. His egg
the black
cracked.
sheep of the family.
His egg cracked a little bit. He's not quite right.
Oh, Brian, you're my favorite.
He's Nemo.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's the Nemo
He's got a little small fin.
Yeah.
Right, well done. You passed the DM challenge. I'm sorry. It was very good.
Asking the important questions.
Well, I'm glad that we spent not very long escaping from that place. Oh, what are we going to do with these 40 people? Dunno, but we do know the names of all the Tritons in this shop.
That's true. I don't know much about Tritons, I will say, but how I imagine it is just how normal fish breed and just have like thousands of spawn. So
Yeah, don't worry, Sandy. You may not know very much about them, but we do.
yeah,
let us tell you.
yeah. You give me the information about brothers Bluethorn. What's their society like? Where are they from? What's their mum like?
I'm drawing right now.
She's great.
Does Veda try and haggle down the price when
Depends what
they
the price
eventually
is.
come back?
They're good quality clothes, but nothing too expensive. They're not gonna give them like proper fancy noble clothing, but because it's just not practical. They throw in a couple of blankets, all the shoes and everything like that, and they say all this would come to 22 gold.
That's fine. She's not going to try and haggle that.
And all the food as well. Fig just slams down like 4 shopping baskets worth of food, just like brimming.
And he says, and he kind of takes out this abacus and starts trying to count everything. That would be another 7 gold, so 29 altogether.
And then it's like looking at Veda, maybe like tugging very, very gently on her arm.
Veda will look to Emlyn. What do you think, Emlyn?
Well, I mean, only since it's a charitable enterprise. Is that... Just wanted to know if that was the normal charity price for such a bulk of things we're buying all at once.
Make a persuasion check.
See, this is what I wanted to avoid. 14.
He says, of course, we can, as he scratches his face, gets weirdly close to his eyes, he's scratching. Do it for 25 gold.
And then hands over 25 gold.
Much appreciated.
Well, Veda already took the 20... Was it 22?
No, I feel like Emlyn is going to pay for it.
Okay, so yeah, you get all the food, you get all the clothes for 25 rather than 29.
Yeah, I think Emlyn is paying for this stuff because they found like a ridiculous amount. Yeah, well, in fact, I was also going to say that like if there's a bank,
Yeah, there is. Fine.
Emlyn maybe wants to go. They don't want to be carrying this much around.
So you get all the clothes, you know, you get a lot of bags full of things. Fig, you carry quite a lot of it, and I think you probably put some in the bag of holding as well. So it makes it a lot easier. They actually give you some baskets to carry things out, like wicker baskets. So where do you guys head now with all your stuff?
Veda was planning on heading back to the Glimerick to reconvene with Zara and maybe talk to Gilda and see what she thinks about this whole thing.
Okay, we can do that. If Emily wants to go to the bank as well. And
Do you want me to
Yeah, I
quickly
think
check on
Emma wants to.
Malara?
Yeah, that would be good.
Malara? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, is everything okay?
So far, yes.
Okay, cool, just checking in. Over.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Okay, that's good.
I like Malara.
Shall we head to the Glimerick while Emlyn goes to the bank, and then they can come and meet us outside there,
Yeah,
and we
sure,
can head
sounds
off
good.
together?
I don't like the bank. It's too slippy.
You head towards the Glimerick. Emlyn stays dumping all this beautiful gold and silver and everything into a account. You eventually make it towards
I'm
the
like,
bank.
I want some of that gold, but Veda doesn't care.
Veda, do you have enough for the horse and stuff?
Yeah, Emlyn paid for that too, I
Yeah,
think.
it's all paid for.
Oh, okay, cool.
You head towards the Glimerick. You do see, as you're heading there, the main road that attaches everything. You do see a riding party, all wearing this red tunic that you've seen a lot of people wearing with white swords on them. You know, people seem to be waving at them as they ride through the city. A good half a dozen of them on horseback.
Does Vader know what the sort of tabard is?
I think you've heard people speaking of the Red Swords, which are a hunting party. They're like a hunting guild. It's
right.
The main trade in this area.
Oh yeah, we met the guy.
Yeah, just as a piece, as they seem to be out on a hunt. As you guys make your way to the Glimerick, heading inside, things are in full swing. Bouncer lets you in no problem. You see Zara in a nicer outfit now, cloak around her, a bit warm, and some sort of mulled alcohol that she's drinking down. She says, "Hey, it is nice to see you again," Gilder Glimmerbeard says. "Right, so seems like you've done a good job, as promised." And she hands you this microphone.
Ooh, what's that?
I will have a go later. But
What is it?
It is a thing that amplifies your voice. Pretty useful for people of line of work, I suppose.
I lean into it and go,
It doesn't do anything.
I think it's broken.
Did Sarah let you know about the other people outside of the town?
Yes, she did.
Do you have any advice on how to proceed?
Yes, we will have sent letters to some of our establishments in the other towns and have made them aware of the situation, and if they can have some board for them, they will give them for the winter. And we have provided some bedding and various bits and pieces to go. I don't know how much stuff that you need or you've already got or what.
Okay, well, we bought some clothes and shoes.
Okay.
And some blankets. We are going to take them out to the cave that they are currently in.
We can also
We can do
provide
that
some
much
food
at
as well.
least. Well, if we can take whatever you have. We have a cat. We could take that with us to them and start them on their way.
Sounds good. Although our time has been brief together, you've done a lot of good in this town, I'd say. I very much appreciate it. We thought Zara lost and a couple of our other friends down there who are not quite themselves. They'll be much appreciated when they get back on their feet again.
Was there anyone else in that group that
A couple.
from the town? Could we not get them back to their family?
Well, most of them don't have families. We know of them. They're from the Downs, and to be honest, it's better if they get out of there.
What about the ones that do have families here?
I don't think many had. I think that was the point, Zara says. Yes, I think that most of them were picked for that reason, that no one would really care that they were missing. Or if they do have families, they're all dragged up. Yes, it is quite a horrible thing, Asia.
I don't feel good leaving this town with this person in charge.
Well, there's not much we can do about that. Aye, he does keep bad things out, I suppose, but other than that, it's pretty horrible what he does here. We can't just go right up killing people, though. Especially of that stature, it would bring a lot of bad stuff.
How do barons get, in power?
Typically, big towns like this are run by earls, but they have been other places, so the baron has been running this town for a little while, and since he was a man of the church for some time, people thought he was a good man, but most of us can see through his shite.
What if we find an earl to replace him?
Well, there is an earl, he's just probably in Zundaria doing some sort of court thing, I don't really know.
Could we bring them back?
Possibly. But then the baron goes to still own some land in a smaller town somewhere, and God knows what he would do to that. But you've helped a good number of people.
But he will still probably be making those drugs, even when they leave.
I don't know how it works, really. His production has stopped, at least.
Wasn't it Red who was doing it?
Yeah.
Red who knew how to make it, who we've managed to get out.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, did Red, like, did he want to come back into the city with us, or make his own way, or is he still just like with everyone else?
He's with everyone else. He doesn't want to go back into this town, I think. Perhaps one day we can do something about this town. I think you've done a good amount right now, so be proud of yourself for that. And you've saved a good number of people that without your help might have continued to be stuck down there.
Well, I won't forget about it. I'll come back.
If you do, we would always have a place for you here in the Glimmerick. No questions. Anything you need, the guild's got for you. Emma, you can give me a note of how much money you're actually putting away.
Yeah, do you mind if I ask real quick, is 5,000 silver pieces 500 gold?
Yes, it would be.
And is 100 platinum 1,000 gold?
Yes.
They kind of do want to send some of this money off, but keep a reasonable amount.
Yeah, you have a lot of gold.
I know.
Holy heck.
Well, this is like everything that was in that chest.
Yeah. I just forget how much.
I guess maybe on one hand, I feel like maybe they feel like they found the chest and they need the money.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like pretty chill about them putting it away in the bag or whatever. But on the other hand, I don't know if they would have like discussed it.
I don't think so. I think they don't really care about money.
Maybe Emlyn has like asks Vader real quick before heading off to get like a sense of like, now if I was to send some of this money away, I mean we were all down there together and I don't want to send away money that we might need for stuff. I don't think figure's worth asking.
Why don't you leave everybody 100 gold each and then you take everything else?
I mean that's a lot. But...
I know, but I know you need it. It would be good to have some money in case we need it in the coming days, but I know that you have a debt to pay and I don't want you to struggle with that.
I think Emlyn like thanks Vader and is very like thankful for this, but probably keeps a little bit more than that for everyone. I'll tell you exactly how much. I'll let you know in a minute, but they do send quite a lot of the money away and a little bit of it home as well.
As Emlyn returns to the Glimmerick, what does everyone wish to do?
I think before we leave this town, Veda's gonna write a letter to her parents.
Just explaining what everything's happening.
Like, I think she's kind of cryptic in her letters, like she's not like super explicit.
Yeah, just like having a lovely time. Super fun. But a horse.
Not so much like that, just more like kind of slightly cryptic things about how Zundaria is like shit. And maybe a little bit of a hint for her dad to keep an eye on the loops.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask if...
Because she knows that he doesn't trust them anyway, but if she can figure out a way of wording it that's like, hey, yo, daddy-o. Just like
finger guns, you know?
Hey, no, just a little bit like, hey, yeah, those watch out for those guys.
Okay.
Because
I mean, you could even word it like
they're weird.
Aurelian's, employers maybe take a closer look at them or keep a wary eye of those people, because it could be like, who are they really talking about, like the guards or blah blah.
Keep a close eye on my middle brother's employers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that the letter that's like, things are great, we bought a horse, is like that's Emlyn's letter. That's one of Emlyn's letters home.
Yeah.
They write two. The one in big handwriting is definitely like describes, maybe that's like thin pickings at the moment, so it definitely like describes the horse in a lot of detail. And it's like got a crappy drawing of like a city on a hill, and then a lot of the rest is like, there's not that much information.
Yeah.
Do you know what? When did they last write a letter? Well, basically, if they didn't, they're going to do a small drawing of like 10 Emlyns in a room. Because I think they wrote a letter in that town, but I don't know if it was before or after.
I think you did write a letter in the tavern where the doppelgangers were.
Scribbly one is short, and the other one is like long with like huge letters and stupid drawings of many.
Fig's one to his family is just big, right? And it just says, "I hate you." Just scrunched up.
Just like nails it to a tree.
Yes.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I feel like Veda's letters home don't ever really touch on how much mortal danger she's in all the time.
Yeah. And
She's not gonna be like, hey, so I got like almost killed by a chain devil. Yeah. She's just gonna be like, yeah, things are really different here. I don't like it. Sweet. Watch out for these guys.
Yeah. I feel like
also the scenery is nice and there's nice people, but you know, the way that the monarchy works is
yeah. I think your dad reading that would be like, yes, good.
Yeah.
That's
he trained her well.
Yeah.
Emlyn's big handwriting letter just has loads of drawings of Emlyn like really skillfully dodging traps and not activating them.
Oh, that's so cute.
I just like the idea that these two, that you two are just like writing letters to home and Fig's like, guess I'll join you. No one to write to.
Finishing up your letters, sending them on the way. Gildor will send them off proper and get them to where they need to go. You guys head back to the Broken Oak to get your horse and everything.
Get Plumpkin!
And they've got their bit and bridle all set up and all attached to the cart, all ready to go. You put in the baskets of clothing and food. It's a pretty big cart as well.
I pull out the apple that I got her.
Okay, yeah.
And I feed it to her.
Who's driving the cart? I feel like
I assume Fig.
I was just gonna walk
drive a cart.
I was just gonna walk beside it and let the people like get as many people on it as possible.
Well, yeah. I felt personally Emlyn would drive it, but
yeah, I think Emlyn knows how to drive the cart, unless Vader like super knows how to. I think maybe Emlyn assumes that Vader is used to traveling around more fancy than this.
Fig would just be like,
Emlyn just
please,
has a
would
high,
you walk on?
opinion.
Thank you.
Yeah, Veda like never really traveled until like she headed off and then like bumped into Emlyn like a week later. So.
You just have all these expectations of Veda's life, and you're just like, no idea.
She just got really good posture, and it gives people all sorts of assumptions.
Yeah, but like Emlyn's just from like an island where everyone's like farmers, or they just like sell bread. So Veda could kind of say like anything, and Emlyn would be like, I can believe it.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
If Veda was being carried around in a palanquin literally everywhere she went, I think Emlyn would be like, that makes sense. She deserves it.
Ah!
I'm not gonna lie, she would be a little bit into that.
That's the dream, really.
That's what I need.
All this anti-monarchy stuff is just her playing the long game, and she's actually going to take the crown for herself.
I know. She's just waiting for everyone to be like, but if we start taking out, the nobility, who's going to take over from them?
She's like, I mean, I guess I will take on that.
I mean, I guess if I have to.
On the
roll insight on Vader.
Oh, did you get the amp?
Yes.
Yes. So that gives advantage on performance checks, right?
No.
No? I've forgotten what it does. You have to explain it for me again.
It increases your spell mod by +1 when you speak somatic spells into it. So it's a battle mic.
Oh my god, that's so well. That's well good. What a great idea.
I just imagine her being like yelling into the mic like, let's get ready to rumble.
I'm
expecting like some like poetry slam shit, I want rap battle. That's all I can imagine.
But it also amplifies your voice, so when you speak into it will have a better effect. It has similar effects to thaumaturgy, I guess, where it makes your voice louder.
What's it called again?
The amplifier.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it in our inventory and stuff. So.
Yeah, it is loud though.
Damn, 100 feet.
100 feet.
That's cool.
I want you to be like singing your own entrance music as you appear on the scene of battle.
Or just like introducing everyone
Mm-hmm.
who comes into the fight.
Yeah.
Fig
That's
with
really
initiative of 5, weighing 250 pounds, all the way from the Feywild.
Crowd goes
Big was
wild!
like flexing.
Okay, now do that, but in Veda's accent.
I don't know. Have you seen Space Jam when Daffy Duck comes out and like no one claps? I feel like that's what happened when Emlyn would come out.
That's fucking brutal, mate.
Oh,
That's so bad. That's
so mean.
that's also like that's how they feel about their life.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's more like what Emlyn would think would happen in their head.
Veda has a lot of faith in Emlyn,
Yeah, I feel like we all do.
just not when it comes to persuasion.
Is it
Yeah,
unfounded
it's
faith? Emlyn's actually proficient in persuasion, but their charisma is not high.
Yeah, they
Damn.
have +3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No, +4.
Damn, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason you should be rolling this terribly every time with persuasion. But
Yeah,
that's
no,
how
it's
the
just
game
at the
goes.
same
character.
time, it totally
It's like
fits the
how-
character.
It's like how Fig can never dance.
Veda's persuasion is +7, and it could be higher, but I decided to put her expertise in intimidation instead of persuasion.
That makes
Yeah.
no sense.
So her intimidation's +10.
Yeah. If
So good.
if you use the mic to shout at people, I will give advantage on that because that's what thaumaturgy does. Because it's
I can
like
just imagine Veda being
Oh my
like,
God.
"Oi!" just like screaming at someone, and then just be like,
then the rap battle happens.
"Yes."
That's. Oh, I also just feel like your
Exactly.
wrestling announcements genuinely could be like really threatening, like super intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hype up everyone else to be super intimidating as well.
Do you know what I mean? Malara took down a chain devil.
Yeah.
Like, imagine having someone announce all the extremely powerful adventurers are about to fight you.
That's pretty great.
Malara has all this wrath. She'll cut this man in half.
That
That was good.
Thanks.
was good. I
Quick.
enjoyed that.
I enjoyed this. Well done. Clap, clap, clap. It's like the whitest thing you could have said. I enjoyed this. Well done.
I enjoyed this.
Quiet, everyone. Well done. Well done.
Just a slight clap. A slight clap.
Golfing clap, yeah. Well done. That,
Ooh, darling.
We didn't exactly deliver it with very much attitude, but you know,
yeah.
I think this is the right response.
So,
Okay,
leaving
we write letters.
Right Layers.
We write letters, and then we take our charitable donation back to that cave.
Mm-hmm.
As you head back
Um,
towards the cave, you see, snow begins to fall as the day comes to a close. Probably 5 o'clock at this point, as you're setting off. Everyone gets to the cave. Malara's just sitting, looking in the other direction. No one seeming to come after her. Provide everyone with clothing. Everyone kind of sits and tries on shoes and jackets and clothing, wraps up in blankets. Some of the more older people, Himir included, sit on the back of the cart, and then some of the other people just begin to walk alongside the cart. And you think everyone leaving, which I believe we're heading to Zundaria, is the direction you want to head?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think we've probably gone around speaking to everyone to try and make sure that even if they're not very coherent, that they genuinely don't have people they want to go back to in the city or that kind of thing.
I think, most people, given the option, wants to get the heck away from the city. They all seem to confirm, even the ones that are not quite with it. They all seem to understand what is happening and wish to go along. And we will close today's session with y'all leaving Winstata.
Veda's gonna go back there and kill that Baron eventually.
Oh yeah, I felt like it was either, depending on what you did with the prisoners, the Baron could have died this episode.
I just wanted to be arrested. I'm so upset.
I mean, if you killed the Baron, you would get arrested. For sure.
So I have to go back and kill the Baron.
Yeah, perhaps. And learn it.
Who would take over from the Baron? I'd be so up for killing the Baron if I knew that the town was in safe hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alexander.
I feel like this is
I'm a
something that we
high-level
can
rogue.
bring up if we go to talk to what's his face,
The
the
Obsidian
hobgoblin guy.
Devoir.
Yeah, like maybe raise this and be like, hey, here's a town that needs help if you're apparently wanting to sort shit out.
I mean, you got to start with the top. You're going to Zundaria. The king's there.
Work our way
Let's just
down.
straight up kill the king.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Easy.
No problem.
Just walk up. He's probably on the throne, having some wine. You should just fireball him in the face.
We'll just pass without a trace our way up and bonk him.
Yeah. Bonk, bonk.
Easy. It's worked
That won't
so
go
well.
horribly wrong at all.
Thank you for listening to Draw Your Swords. You can follow Draw Your Swords at DYS Podcast. That's DYS Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And if you like this episode, give the show a 5-star rating on iTunes or subscribe on YouTube. It really helps us out a lot. Thank you.